Runaway robot. Welcome to DieFall, episode X-teen. I think I actually I figured this out last time, but I don't remember, and I'm gonna actually look it up this time because it bugs me every time I say, "Hey, welcome to DieFall." What the fuck episode is this?
It's the last episode because
Oh, holy shit! Hey, this is episode 20.
Hey!
Look at that. This is episode 20. Look at that. We made it to 20, everybody. Holy.
Well, which means we are gonna die.
Well,
my second
that's
character's alive.
right. That's 20 total episodes.
This is attempt number 2 for me. So.
Oh
you
my
guys
god.
are alive.
Wow. Yeah, 20 episodes though. We've actually kept it rolling. That's kind of nutty. I never expected that to
We
to
don't
happen.
roll anything because it's all digital dice, Joel. You know that.
Oh, you're so look
Silly
at
guy.
you.
Okay.
Look at
Well,
you.
Jack.
I know. I'm sorry. I'll
Look
leave.
at you. All right. So
Done.
happy 20th, everybody.
Woohoo!
and-
we can drink in Japan.
One more year.
Professor,
and then we can
what the hell were you and Rob just talking about?
Oh,
Blastoise?
boy.
Oh,
Running
God.
across
Well,
screens?
For y'all who don't know, Pokemon Quest is out on Switch right now, and it's a mobile game, but it's not. But like, yeah, it's a mobile game, and it's so good. It's cute, like little blocky Pokemon stuff.
Okay.
But like, you kind of
no
just
way.
go into like little arena things, and
Hold that back up. I
they
couldn't
go.
see.
Oh, God. There you go.
Oh, there we go. Wow.
Little
Wow. It
blocks.
is just.
Little
It
blocks.
is just. It is. Is it like Roblox? Is this Roblox? Is this the Roblox
It's
I've heard
Poke
of?
Roblox craft.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
Crap.
no, it's.
I have
fun,
no
though.
idea what that. So what do you do?
My little-
So essentially, you get Pokemon, you befriend them as you adventure on this
I love
island
it.
that each have
It's
levels.
adorable.
There's like 5 or 6 levels per each, and at the end of the levels, there's like a boss Pokemon.
Okay.
And the Pokemon are set
Why
to
are they
auto attack and
jiggly?
auto stuff, but you have your special attacks that you select to like, and they have a cooldown time.
They
Huh.
basically auto advance through
Yeah.
a level, so it's kind of like a rail shooter, but not really.
Okay.
It's interesting.
It looked like it was kind of like top down. Was it? Is it not?
There
Is it
we
like a
go.
twin stick shooter instead?
sort of.
or-
Yeah, it's like a
hang on.
top-down sort of.
I'm just gonna
screen.
jump into a level right now.
Yeah, you do that because I'm not opening mine.
So the 3 of them
Oh.
just kind of advance on their own,
Oh, they just do the thing.
and they
Yeah.
do the thing. Now I have it on autoplay, but like if I wasn't on autoplay, I could hit these little like move buttons to make them do a thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
different-
But
kind
they just
of
kind of seek
neat.
out the enemies and everything, and it's cute. It's very cute.
Huh?
It's very
I like it.
laid back, you know.
Yeah, it's
like-
super laid back.
That is-
I play it before bed every night. It's great.
So what's the progression like? What is the goal?
to finish exploring the island that you're
Yeah.
on. And so like you'll start out
Okay.
at one like area and you can finish that one, and then you're branched off to 2 areas and you can go there and explore all
Are they all
those.
like procedurally generated, or are they all just like?
they're preset
set?
areas.
Yeah, they're like
Okay.
preset areas, but like the Pokemon, I think how they spawn in is a little bit different
I
each
think
time.
so, except for
Okay, so
the
they
final
have like
boss of each
spawn
area.
Yeah, except for the
points or
final
whatever,
boss.
and they just kind of do the thing. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
That is random and kind of
It's
weird,
so
and I
random.
kind
It's
of
the game
love
that-
it.
It's kind of like how I feel about the Rabbids game with Mario.
okay.
It's like the game I
There
never
we
knew I
go.
wanted, but like I
It's
want
totally
it,
work. Yeah,
you
but it
know?
works.
It
Yeah,
works.
it's XCOM Mario. I'm okay with
I know.
this.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
XCOM Mario. This
Yeah.
is like I don't even.
That's cool. Okay, neat.
This is
All
fun.
right.
Yes.
Oh my God.
If I had a Switch, maybe. But hey,
Yeah.
you know, there it goes.
When's your birthday, there, Robo?
It was 3 months ago.
Shit.
So we'll get it.
It was a
early.
while ago.
We'll hit him early, or it'll give me some time to save up some months.
No, man, don't worry
I'll
about
take a
that.
trip down to you.
I'm already
and,
I'm
give
already
you-
struggling because we finished Dark Souls 3 last night.
Oh yeah.
Beat the thing.
Ooh.
And like
Proud of you.
brutalized the last boss because the DLC way over preps you for last boss stuff. So it's just like, well.
Was that wait?
Okay.
Did you switch to Darkest Dungeon?
So when I was on night shift last week,
Am I losing my
I
mind?
No. So I switched to Darkest Dungeon last night after I
okay.
beat Dark Souls 3. So it took me an hour and a half last night to beat the last
was gonna
boss
say-
of
That's so funny.
Ring
I
City and the last boss of Dark Souls 3.
I swear I was watching you play Darkest Dungeon.
Yeah. So we jumped over that. Yeah. So I played a
Like,
lot of
wait a
different
second.
things. Like we played Shadow of Mordor. I beat that last weekend / last week, and then we played some Darkest Dungeon because I was on night shift and I didn't want to like fuck the schedule up or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we did the thing and we beat Dark Souls 3 last night. But like Dark Souls 3 has been great. It's been great for the channel. It's been great to watch. It's been frustrating as fuck to play, but still a good time. And it's just like, well, now what do I do with my life?
I gotta.
Bloodstained came out. The retro
Dark Souls
thing.
2?
I could go backwards. Yeah, I could do that. Remastered came out.
Isn't a new Bloodborne coming out?
I think there's only a teaser trailer. There's
Oh,
literally
okay.
nothing about it except like some like
Bummer.
blood and some like twisting
Is it
action,
Born?
and then it says From Software, and that's it.
Great.
That's literally all that it says. It doesn't tell you anything else. It's just like,
Perfect.
well,
That's
okay.
exactly it.
So it's the same as like, okay, maybe it's an E3 announcement this year, which
Yeah, totally.
be hopeful about that, but
Totally.
we'll see. Rel, what have you been playing, bud?
Oh boy. So last week I finished up playing Overload for review purposes, and also because I'm a huge fan of Descent, and Overload is the spiritual successor of Descent. It's awesome. Go watch the review on my channel and then go buy it.
Okay, cool.
Let's see. Other than that, I finished up Xenoblade 2, and by finished up I mean besides just beating the story.
How
I
many
also-
many total clocked hours? How many? I gotta know.
Okay,
I
look.
gotta know.
Oh,
Before I say it, keep in mind that number is inflated because I left the console on for untold hours because it has Merc missions, kind of like Assassin's Creed 2.
Still counts.
Yeah.
Merc mission still counts.
Let's see. Last I looked, it was about 180.
There you go. Awesome, dude. That is a
excellent.
chunk
Yeah.
of time.
Yeah, and
Wow.
that's including post game where it's after the final boss, but you still get to explore the world and grind up like the best gear in preparation for New Game Plus. And New Game Plus isn't even hard. It's just that, hey, I want the really top tier weapons because I'm not going to be able to get them for 40 hours.
That's true.
Let's see.
Gotcha.
How long have you been playing this game?
But Xenoblade 2?
Yeah.
Fan got it for me.
Came out.
December?
Yeah, it came out.
Yeah, I
It's
think
not that
December.
old, yeah.
Yeah, I've been playing it off and on, and then more on than off the last couple of months.
I've logged like 500 hours into ESO, and I've only been playing consistently for 3 months. So
Dude,
I feel
you have
really
a-
bad about my
You
life.
have a problem.
I feel really
All right,
bad
we need
about
to
it. When you said
address.
180. I was like, game
We
must
need
have
to
come out
address
last month.
the elephant
That's
in the
nothing.
room.
I'm sorry.
That
That is Rob playing ESO
To
again.
be fair, though,
Oh my god.
ESO is an MMO, and MMOs do that to you.
I
Whereas,
need help. I haven't left
Oh
my
my God.
apartment in mine.
The first step is admitting you have a problem.
Oh my god. I love it.
Anyway.
I love
Okay,
it.
wait,
Anyway.
I'm not even done.
Oh
There's
no,
more.
please take
There's
the
more.
spotlight off my
After I finally finished Xenoblade, I started up Hyrule Warriors again for the purposes
So
of a review,
fun.
and also
It's
because
so
it's really
fun.
good and I love
It's
Muso
so
games.
much fun.
It is. However, I got my ass kicked in like the 4th level because the last Muso style game I played was like Dynasty Warriors 4 or 5. And
There's been like
since then-
17 since then, right?
well, yeah, and since then they've adapted it to be like, no, you can't just go through the battlefield and stomp everyone yourself. You actually have to
whoa.
like command your fellow heroes, hey, while I'm going off and doing this, you go to this fortress and take it over. Oh no, you stop this named enemy from destroying our fortresses, you know. So you have to actually direct your troops, and I wasn't doing that at first. I was getting my ass kicked. And
This is not
then
the Dynasty Warriors I know. I'm mad now.
Well,
I am a one-man army,
fine.
and you will respect me.
get
that's
the Wii U version, because
fine.
you are a one-man army in the Wii U version.
Yeah, that's true. But I got the Switch version, so I have all the DLC, which is really nice.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's dope.
As well, I have 2 more. I have 2 more that I'm
Jesus, dude, you've
currently
been busy.
playing. That I'm currently playing. All these other stuff is just stuff that I'm finished with.
Install it.
One is Omen Sight for a review. Very cool game.
Oh, I
played,
saw that.
Yeah, I played like half of it on stream, but I don't want to play the
Yeah.
other half because I don't want to spoil it. Because it's very story based. It's like a murder
Mhm.
mystery. It's very cool.
like
Third
time
one,
travel, murder history,
Yes.
multiple reality
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, I saw that. It was
it's
really
like
cool looking.
it's like a combination Groundhog Day plus Clue. It's cool.
yeah, yeah,
Plus
yeah.
Devil May Cry. It's pretty cool.
Oh my God, there's a game I've suggested for you, and I don't know if you've, what's it called? Oh my God, it's like the same thing, but it's a murder mystery, but it's kind of campy, and I'll send it to you later. If someone in chat knows what I'm talking about, it was played on my channel. It's really fucking cool.
Is it
And I
Phoenix
got one
Wright?
more. I got
No,
one
it is
more.
not Phoenix Wright. All right, go ahead,
Okay.
bud.
Oh no, I've already played all the Phoenix Wrights. Last one
Not surprised.
is BattleTech, and Duzin knows this one. He
I
plays it
saw
a
you
lot.
playing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so good. I love mechs so much. It's XCOM plus mechs, and I'm okay with that.
What'd you call it,
Good.
Mexcom?
Ah,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's two strikes already today, Rob. You got one.
get off my show. Get out. Get off my show.
I love the game
Oh my
so much,
God.
especially since.
Oh, he's actually
I-
gone. That's it. We lost him. We're done.
Well,
You guys
wow,
are a
That
man
was
down.
DieFall this week, guys. Thank you so
Yeah,
much for watching.
congrats.
I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you follow, donate, submit,
Smash that like button.
Oh, welcome
smash that
back.
like button down below.
Yeah. Awesome. Welcome back, Rob.
I'm
man.
back.
So,
I just
man,
signed
I'm
us
gonna-
off, so you're good now.
Oh, all
good
right,
to
cool.
go.
I quit.
Jesus.
Back to ESO.
I can't allow this to happen, so here's the deal. Before he relapses right now. I think it's time that we step down into some DieFall action here, all right? Episode 20, boys.
What did we
Episode
do last
20.
time? 'Cause I
What
don't
did
know.
we do?
Died.
DieFall. Yeah.
2
we
weeks ago.
almost died.
2 weeks ago.
Oh shit.
God, what happened? Okay,
I
so
remember.
No.
I remember.
all right, give me the recap, Ignis.
Okay.
Ignis, what happened?
Oh, I remember.
last
Damn it,
week
I'm getting it.
on DieFall.
Oh, man.
I'm not going
I
to
feel
get
like
you
I'm
to
really
do this
there.
voice because it hurts me. All right. We tried to chase after Odeg. Can't remember. I can't believe I still remember his name.
I'm impressed.
Got caught because we were being loud son bitches. Beat the orcs. Did a Hail Mary skill check. I can't remember what it was. Persuasion, something like that.
Yeah, it was
Performance,
a
I think.
deception.
Deception.
It was a
thank you.
deception performance. Yeah.
Hail Mary check. Passed it. Came up with the dumbest idea ever that I hope we never have to actually implement. Decided to go back to Odeg's house and rest up and then go try and get the vault open. And now I'm positive that we're going to get caught and killed.
We also found
So
a
it's
map.
just another day
We
on the
found a
job.
map.
Found a
guys.
map. You
Yes, we
found a
found a
map.
I can't
Oh, yeah,
remember if
the
I took a
map.
screenshot of it.
You did. You
I
told
liked-
me you did.
I like
Did I?
Joel's rendering.
Did I remember to put it into
my
Paint?
map rendering, dude. It was like
It was beautiful.
it was during one of the DM prep streams, and I was like, fuck it. This is what this place looks like, all right? Because I was trying to put all my thoughts onto a page, and I was like, man, this is garbage, but this is this, and this, and this, and this, and this. Yeah, anyway.
Hopefully
yeah,
they
that's-
never have to see it themselves. Hey,
Yeah.
can we have
Hey.
a map? Fuck!
Yeah, I was like, shit. I never finished the prep for that. Anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much what happened. You guys tried to track down Odeg, and so you followed some of the footprints leading away from his empty house that you guys had approached back, and you located essentially what looked to be like a guard entrance for some portion of the dwarven stronghold, guarded by some goblins and an orc. There was the heroic, charismatic save by Ignis, speaking some goblin. That
Can't
seems
believe
to have stopped your trail
I'm hungry.
or stopped them from chasing you. Darien made a survival check to make it look like the orc was killed by the goblins.
Yeah.
You then shoved all of the goblin corpses into the bag of holding and left.
Every time you laugh like that, it scares me.
What?
So
What? Who? Me? What?
lots of goblin corpses inside of the bag of holding. You guys went back to Odeg's open home,
Just another
closed the door,
day.
and decided that you were going to take a short rest,
God.
wait the full 3 hours, and then take a long rest. So you're basically just chilling inside of Odeg's
Yeah.
busted up house because they
Chill with a bunch of
ransacked that
corpses
place.
in a bag.
Yeah.
That
So
it's been 2 weeks now, so they're
So
probably like really
before-
rotten.
before we get back into the game proper, let's talk about goals. All right. So we're gonna start at the top here.
Boy. Oh,
Ignis,
boy.
let's see if
Okay.
you want to change any of your stuff. You've got find and
let me
save
see
your
this.
dad,
Okay.
revenge on the ordering of who ordered poisoning of your dad, as
Okay.
you understand it, and get to the vault without needing to kill the primordial.
I don't think I want to change anything. The only thing I might want to,
Okay.
yeah, no, I think they're fine. Yeah, I just mainly don't want to have to fight the primordial.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. Then you want to get to the vault without needing to kill it, fight it,
Yep,
whatever.
Without kill it,
That's
fight
fine.
it. Yeah.
Miara, you have get info on your village / brother. You want to surprise an enemy prior to a combat situation, which you did do last time. So you're more than welcome to change that or try to make that happen again. Again, it's not a very challenging goal, but it is a good one to have. And then you had become closer with the party. And the party being Darien and Ignis.
Well, I think I'm gonna change out that become closer with the party for I forget exactly how I wanted to word it because I had it like 2 weeks ago and then I completely forgot to write it down.
Okay.
It's something to do with the map. Like I guess I was either explore the areas of the map, finish it, or just finish figuring out where things are in the map. Or what I think it was probably to explore the areas of the map because we haven't seen everything yet.
Explore areas of the map that you haven't been to.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Works for me. That's something I can put a number on. That's fine. Darien, you got protect Ignis. Secret goal. And become closer with Miara. How you feeling?
I'm gonna shelf that Miara one again. Just because I'm interested. But immediately on my mind, it's I think it's weird because I think it's in. I don't want to like piggyback off of that goal, but I think his intentions are grounded in proving himself to Miara.
Sure.
I want to successfully arm the prisoners and the militia and everything, and kind of like lead where I, in a similar attempt, tried to lead a faction of farmers against like the invasion at Erdrick and everything. It's like, you know what? I'm not gonna screw it up this time. I'm gonna try this.
Sure. So I've written it down as such. Successfully arm and lead the prisoners in a breakout / revolt.
I like it.
I'm not. You could make this more difficult by saying successful and give it a success criteria, or you can leave it as we just do this, and that's what it is.
Jill, you know me. Success is completely optional.
So that was my question. if you wanted Miara to be impressed, do you think it takes success in this?
I'm gonna try my damnedest and hope for the best.
How about this? It'll be
success.
appended on there. You'll get X amount for doing the first portion. If it is successful in some various way that we can measure, then you'll have X amount added onto that.
Oh, I see.
Because so successful makes it difficult, like more difficult, which means that the XP gain after that is higher, but it also makes it more difficult. So let's give it a 2 amount. You've got a main goal. If it's successful, which means you pull it off, you successfully lead it. You did the difficult portion of that, and you get X amount for it.
I like it.
Cool.
I love
All right.
it. I want some more of it.
You are gonna get a hell of a lot of it tonight. / when we do this again on Sunday.
I love
So
when you talk
we're-
to me like that.
Yeah,
Wait.
we're cramming it all in, boys.
Oh, I love when you say things like that to me. Really. Anyway, let's.
So let's come down into the world of Eladin and our show DieFall. In the previous episode, we opened our show with a small village being burned down and people being taken, and by goblins and orcs and people being slaughtered in the streets and things like that. It seemed to be a small type of like market town, mostly elven. people and nature living there. So as we come down now, we kind of open to basically a shaky cam moment, watching a young elven boy, maybe 14 or 15 years old, running through the woods, kind of stumbling over himself and trying to sprint out of the burning city behind him. So we can see him running shaky cam all style, and the small market town behind him basically going up in flames. You can hear the hoots and hollers of the orcs and the goblins and the screams of people being slain or taken. And so we kind of follow him as he stumbles his way through the woods, and we start to hear more footsteps. We get, you know, the low shot of goblin foot stomping, like running through and after him, and there's multiple pairs of them running around, and they're yelling things in goblin and pointing in various directions, and he you know, the young elf boy hides behind a tree, and we finally get a good look at him as he like sits up and breathes heavily, trying to hide behind this tree. And you see he's very pale. His long elf ears, he has long black hair that's tied back, and he seems to be wearing some form of heavy leather apron over kind of like a loose jerkin, wearing sturdy leather boots, and seems to have a long knife at his belt. You hear again the goblins start yelling and approaching, and he takes off again. This goes on for a little while with the whole him being chased down, and eventually he trips and falls and is kind of scrambling backwards, looking up behind him, and we kind of just get this shot of a goblin taking steps forward, sword out, and just kind of cackling at him as he stands over this fallen elf boy. And so we go from that and we do like the whole, here's DieFall. DieFall drops in, and we do a nice, you know, side wipe over to where we find our heroes in Odeg's busted up house, having taken a little bit of respite there for the last couple hours. I believe you guys had a short rest already taken, and we're planning on taking a long rest immediately afterwards. Correct me if I'm wrong there.
Was
yeah.
the plan.
Yeah, we wanted the longest rest.
All of the rest. You basically wanted 11 straight hours of resting. So we'll see what happens with that.
I think we need it. I think we need it.
So
I mean, I don't know what your HP totals are, but mine is actually okay.
Well, after the short rest, you guys had a bunch of hit die you could have caught or spent. So
Oh yeah. Well, I would be perfectly willing to take first watch because I have things to do with dynamite that I have not been able to do because we've been on the move.
Okay, sure. So you guys are posted up in Odeg's place.
I'm not gonna blow it up.
Okay.
And Miera and Darien and Balmiar are bedding down the small fire in his little fireplace. You guys probably had it started again, and you know, burning various pieces of furniture around his house and things like that. Because he's not gonna need it anymore. You don't know where he is. So Ignas takes first watch. So Ignas, are you sitting next to the false wall that acts as the door for this place, or what are you doing?
Yeah, I would probably sit next to it in such a way that, does it open inward or outward?
It opens inward.
Okay, then I would sit next to it in such a way that, if it opens this way, then I'm on this side.
I can't tell with your hands what that means. Which side of the hinges are you on? Hinge side or open side?
Open side, because if I'm on the hinge side and someone busts into the place, they're going to slam the door.
Just asking.
I'm just making sure because I know it's going to happen.
So, okay, so you're on your
like
first.
to sleep anyway.
Yeah, so you're on your first watch. What are you doing? You doing anything in particular, or are you?
People other than me got hit a lot, which I appreciate. Anyway, what I've been meaning to do for like a month is, ever since Odeg mentioned, hey, that dynamite may not actually be good. I want to inspect the dynamite to see if I can figure out if it's still good.
Sure. Yeah, you can do that. So two things are going to happen here. Depending on how long this inspection takes, I want you to tell me what you're going to do to inspect it. Because this is something that you could have taken care of in the 3 hours you were just sitting around.
I realize that now.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why.
If that's something you want to kind of like retcon that, and we can be like, yeah, I took care of this, so you can put your full attention into actually taking watch.
Yeah, I would
That's
appreciate.
probably a smarter idea.
We take a mulligan on that, or a retcon
sure.
mulligan.
So how do you want to inspect these pieces of dynamite? What do you want to do?
I mean, I don't know anything about dynamite personally, so if this is like a completely horrendous description of how you would actually inspect dynamite, anybody who's into demolitions, please let me know.
Okay.
I'm assuming that there's some kind of cap that's kind of like adhered onto the rest of it that keeps the I don't know the powder for it, the dynamite powder.
It would be like a black powder or something like that, right?
Explosive,
some explosive.
Yeah. And I would just I don't know. I guess just try and remove that, and then just see if
you want to inspect the powder
inside,
is what you're looking for,
and see if it's damp or anything like that. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So I'm taking a look at all of the things that you do have. You, as an accomplished now alchemist, you have a set of alchemist supplies that you are very good with. This would definitely be something that you could take one of your like alchemist vials and some testing fluid and take some of this black powder and test to see if it's still good.
All right.
So what I would have you do is roll for your alchemist supplies, which is basically this intelligence roll that you're proficient in. You should just be able to roll by clicking on alchemist supplies.
Let's try it. There we go.
16. Yeah. So you pull out your vial and you kind of crack it open a little bit. So what you're gonna need to do is like you're down one piece of dynamite for this. Okay. To the
whole piece of dynamite.
The way that you have to open it is basically tearing through the side of it. It's not just like, it's not a cap. You're gonna have to like go through it.
Okay. And we're just going under the assumption that if I test one stick, that the rest are fine. And I don't need to inspect each individual one.
Well, you picked them up in the same bunch.
That's true.
So I would yeah.
Okay.
Again, Ignas is the alchemist here, right?
Okay.
So he's going to be the one that's going to be able to figure this out. So you pull out some of your vials and you get out a little eyedropper with some fluid and you put some of the powder into the vial, drop some fluid in there, swirl it around. Let's say it turns blue, and to Ignas Erdrick, the alchemist, this means that the powder itself is still functional.
Can I save the powder?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So again, alchemist supplies. You pull out.
Can I make a stick of dynamite?
You can certainly try.
I want to try.
Are you gonna skin one of the many goblin corpses that you have and use his skin?
You have to make an actual goblin bomb.
I wasn't thinking of that, but now I have a better idea.
Oh God.
Oh my God! Explosive goblin decoy.
Hey, I'm just clicking through your sheet, so don't mind me looking through this, by the way.
So if anyone gets the reference for Ignas's latest nickname, let me know.
Oh boy, here we go.
Carl that kills people.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are you trying to do?
Okay, what am I actually trying to do?
What are you trying to do?
All right, I'm not.
So you have some of these supplies and these tools and things, but it doesn't necessarily mean you like, oh, I opened my satchel and I have a stick of dynamite available to me. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't necessarily function that way.
Oh boy, what do I have? Oh God, I just realized I could use the bindings for the dynamite and like stick a crossbow bolt through it and fill it with gunpowder. And have an explosive bolt like in The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. Could I do that?
You can certainly try.
And this is how Ignas loses 3 fingers.
You can certainly try. All right, so
screw it.
Is this what you're going to try to do?
Sure.
You want to make one of these?
That's a horrible fucking idea.
Okay,
Nolan. Oh my God.
So tell me how you're planning on doing this.
Okay,
what are you doing?
Okay. All right, I figured what I would do is like,
oh God,
not cut the dynamite like to the side like a fish, but just cut off the top so that I could preserve most of the tube. Or even better, is there anything that I could use that would seal it back up if I cut it off to the side? Assuming I had some kind of reagent or a glue.
Do you have something like that?
I don't know. What comes in an alchemist's satchel?
That's exactly what I was looking up. I was like, alchemist supplies. What the hell is in this thing?
Alchemist satchel. I'm Googling it too. I gotta know.
Okay, so in Roll20, it tells me nothing. So that's good.
Alchemist satchel options.
So you have alchemist supplies. That's what I'm looking at. You have alchemist supplies. Your alchemist satchel is what you pull your quote-unquote spells out of.
Right.
Okay, so a lot of those are magical components that are one-time. Remember, they only last an action.
Right.
So that's the alchemist satchel. Your alchemist supplies are something else.
I'm reading Twitch chat.
Yeah, I know, right? They're loving this.
It's going great.
They're loving this.
Oh God, I'm gonna lose a hand.
Do we have a hook?
Boy.
Do we have
I
a
don't know,
spare
I don't know.
hook lying around?
You know what? I think my plan would be to use some kind of adhesive to reseal up the dynamite and then just like attach it to a bolt and have the fuse pointed toward me so that I can light it and then fire.
Sure. Yeah, you could probably do that. You want to use the dynamite you've already broken rather than a new stick?
Oh, absolutely. Why would I use a perfectly good stick of dynamite?
Do you have a way to seal it back up?
Alchemist supplies.
Okay.
I don't know.
And before he critically fails lighting the dynamite and his crossbow explodes and he loses a hand.
Both hands. If he's using the crossbow, then he's gonna use both hands. So he needs 2 hooks. We need 2 spare hooks for this.
I just.
On top of that, you have to think about the fact that the dynamite's probably gonna weigh down the bolt a lot more.
It's true. It would reduce the overall range for sure.
Yeah.
I'd only be able to fire it like 30 feet.
Okay. Let's see. Crafting alchemist supplies at a glance. Most of it requires heat. You can craft acid, alchemist fire, antitoxin, candles, ink, oil, perfume, sealing wax.
Sealing wax. There we go.
Potions and a handful of metallic products. You can creative but harmless potions meant to entertain instead of enhance for artwork. Yeah. So your limitation here is you're limited for this by your access to heat. Turns out you have a fire. So your mundane item crafting, you can do acid, alchemist fire, which is what essentially you pull out of your satchel anyways.
Right.
Antitoxin, candles, ink, oil, perfume, sealing wax.
I figure the sealing wax would do it.
I think that's probably a good bet. So let's see.
Oh man.
Put the gunpowder down while you're handling the fire, please.
Yeah.
I'm sworn to protect you, you fucking jackass.
Yeah, it's
As
kind
Darien
of
says
terrible.
in his sleep, "Be wary of the gunpowder, my lord."
So my question here is: you have the stuff to make wax or to make sealing wax. Like you have the items, like you have a bowl, you have things to melt it in, you have stuff to do. Do you have the components to make sealing wax? I don't think you do. So that's my question. Like, do you have the components to make ink? Probably not. You have the things you can make ink in, but it doesn't mean you have the ingredients.
Okay, so I'll table that for now. I'll just save the broken stick of dynamite. The other thing, and then let me just add this on here: 14 sticks of dynamite, 1 busted stick of dynamite attached to crossbow bolt. Later. Okay. So the other thing I wanted to do, and now that I'm down to 14, this actually works out just fine. Bundle of 7.
Sure. Okay. All right. So do you want to try to do anything else with this? With these things, you want to try to strap this to a bolt? You want to put one on there, see what happens?
He's shoving up a goblin's ass.
No. I want them bundled in like groups of 7, with the fuses tied together so that they all explode at the same time.
Easy. You don't even need to roll for that. That's easy enough for you to just do.
Yeah, that's easy.
Okay. Good to go. You take some leather straps, right, that you have like from either pieces of armor that you've taken or something like that, and you kind of just like tie it around and you make sure everything's tied together. Good to go.
Yeah.
I have no problem saying that that's happened.
Now, if I had more time and more tools available, what I might do is take the javelins, cut off the spearheads and also attach them to those bundles of dynamite and create a shrapnel grenade.
So you can do that, yes. Just let me know when you're looking to do it, okay?
When we have time.
You have 3 hours of this downtime.
You know what? No, I'm as inventive and creative as an idea as that would be. I think we should save those javelins for the uprising that we need to do.
Sure. Okay.
Good idea.
It's because I have given Ignis ample amounts of time to retcon some 3 hours of doing stuff. Darien and Miera, is there anything that you'd like to say that you can accomplish before attempting to take a long rest?
Darien has been standing there basically biting his nails through his gauntlet, watching Ignis play with dynamite for 3 hours.
Yeah,
I
Darien,
silently in the corner.
Yeah,
Like,
you're
just
sitting in the
like-
corner?
Balmiar and I are I'm in front of Balmiar in like the farthest corner away from Ignis as far as I can be in this room.
You wimps. This is perfectly safe. This is just alchemical tests.
Yeah, you see him walk closer to the fire to like warm up a little bit or something like that. You're like, oh god. Yeah.
Perfectly safe.
But so again, though, is there anything you guys would like to accomplish? Like Darien, you would pray during your short rest, anyways, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So that's what you want to do.
I mean, pertaining to my secret goal, I'm sort of like lost in my thoughts. Meanwhile, also panicking about Ignis.
It doesn't help that you're basically inside of something that will collapse immediately on you with no escape if any of that goes off.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That is you are dynamite inside of a very, very hard place. Okay,
bad.
Miara, is there anything that you'd like to accomplish?
Most I can say is
talk to, do
probably
anything?
like help groom Balmiar. Maybe brush his
Sure.
fur, sharpen his claws a little bit.
He
make sure
loves
his
it.
feet aren't
He
clean.
loves it. Oh yeah, he's like preening now. He feels so pretty.
Good.
It's awesome. He
Good.
loves
He
it.
needs to be.
Yep. Okay. So yeah, let's go ahead and you guys, you've taken your short rest. We've already done that. We've kind of retconned some of the things that you guys have done. So Ignis, you said you were going to take first watch, correct, for the long rest portion of this?
Yeah, sure. I'm the healthiest.
Sure. Yeah, that sounds good.
Feeling the best. I
Go
ate
ahead and
Louise.
give me just a perception roll here. Let's see how perceptive you're being, or if you're a little distracted by something. 16. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So each of these watches is about 2 hours long. So you're kind of just propped up on the opening side of the door, the false wall, and about an hour in, you hear some shifting and rustling outside, and you hear some talking, and it's in Goblin. So lucky for you, you understand Goblin. So it's a couple different Goblin voices talking about following some footprints, tracking them to a certain location, and then you kind of hear these Goblin voices stop outside of where you are, and there seems to be an argument happening, and it kind of goes back and forth for a little bit. And you hear them like, there's no way that they'd be able to walk through a wall. But then another one, you can hear him getting a little louder, says, but the footprints lead directly into a wall. And then you hear two or three of the voices approach the wall itself, and you can kind of like hear the hands like inspecting the wall. And is there anything you'd like to do at this point? Or are you gonna let them try?
Let's see. My second thought was take the corpses out and strew them around, but I can't. I don't want to make noise.
If that
I'm
was
gonna
your
take a
second
rest.
thought, I'd hate to hear your first.
Oh, my first thought was much more innocent than that. I think I'm gonna
good.
go with my first thought. Excuse me. And I am going to use. Let's see. I do have enough spells, right? Yeah, I have totally enough spells. I'm going to use disguise self and turn myself into the goblin. Whatever the goblin's name was, help me. I pretended to be a goblin. Said, "Hey, when's the next meal time?" And then somebody shouted back,
I don't remember his name.
Oh.
He was a non-character to me, but you disguise yourself as one of the ones that you killed.
His
Okay,
name's
all right.
Steve.
And I'm just gonna take out my spear and just try and be as scared as possible.
As scared as possible, and you're just gonna wait at the door.
Yep.
Okay.
Try and look as scared as possible. Not gonna do anything else though.
Okay. So some time passes, and you can hear them talking outside, and they figured out the mechanism for it. And it basically, you hear a voice that seems a little bit more authoritative than before. It says, "All right, you goblin scum, you killed that orc. Get out here, you deserters. You could have at least told us you were going to revolt."
Okay.
Do you do anything?
I can just picture Ignis going, no, I'm not gonna. Okay, wait. This is a person saying you could have told us you were going to revolt.
Did you just accidentally pick the right option? Happy
Maybe?
20th episode, everybody! Fuck. I'm excited for how we're gonna fuck this up.
Wait. So let me get this sort of clear. This is someone that's talking, as near as I can tell. This is someone trying to talk into the room that we're in.
Yeah, it seems that way.
Okay. I thought, I honestly thought
As you're sitting here thinking about this, it was, "We're gonna come in there and get you out if you don't come out right now."
All right. Okay. Now I realize what's going on. I honestly thought at first that it was someone else entirely. Like, I thought that was Odeg's voice, and I was very confused.
Oh. If I am that bad at doing voices, I have certainly picked the wrong future for myself.
No.
So
No, Odeg hasn't been around in like 3 weeks, so
true.
yeah.
That's true.
All right. So at this point, I'm gonna just inch open the door and peer out with my spear in hand. Please don't hurt me. I'm sorry.
So as you peek out, you kind of see a lineup essentially of about 5 goblins, each of them holding a bow, arrow nocked, not drawn, and one's kind of standing in the center with his arms crossed, tapping his foot. He looks definitely to be more heavily armored. He's carrying a shield. He has a sword at his side, a long knife at his belt. And he happens to have 2 humanoid skulls sitting as pauldrons on his shoulders.
Edgelord.
And he looks at you and he goes, "Scrimrat, is that you? Are the rest of them in there? Come out now!"
I'm sorry. They left me here. I'm sorry. Please don't kill me.
Make a deception check.
Oh no.
Boy, this will be fun. Oh, many times I wish I had rolled a character that uses charisma as its primary statistic.
Happy 20th episode,
A 20 for the 20th.
For all of you listening at home that may not be watching, that is a natural 20 on the 20th episode of DieFall.
Wow! Wee!
Wowie. God,
bonus cat.
fucking real. You kind of see you see the one who's been tapping his arm and he drops his arms and goes, "I left you. That's not 2 skulls away. Come out, Scrimrat. We'll take you back and get some food. We gotta talk about what to do about these deserters."
Okay, I'm sorry. Then I walk out and just close the door behind me and just follow them head down.
Okay.
So that was an awesome roll, but long term, I'm fucked.
I'm like, we're going down a weird path, boys.
This is my first plan, but the worst possible iteration of it.
just for some background on some of the goblins and things like that. What they've known and what they knew and how they got to this spot up until this deception roll was all done in the DM prep stream just before this. So this has
Oh my
now
God.
just moved us from here over here, and I am so excited. This is the best.
We did
Okay.
it.
So does that mean
Oh,
you didn't
so-
actually prep for this path?
I know what we're gonna do.
Okay.
Improv.
So as you exit, you see that there was also another goblin holding a spear and a shield, kind of standing behind the where the wall was. It looks like he was going to be the one that was going to open it up if necessary. And you walk out, and the leader, the one with the two skulls on his shoulders there, takes a look at you and kind of like extends his hand. And says, I'm sorry they abandoned you. Come on, let's get back. We gotta figure out what to do with them. Why did they leave you anyway?
Said I was too weak.
And he kind of looks at you
Little
and then looks
fella.
around, and then you look up, and because your passive perception is pretty high, you kind of notice some of the goblins nodding, like in agreement about this. So like, it's a little odd. You're like, okay, maybe I did pick one that might have been a little weak. Like, okay, and so the guy with the two skulls, and he's, well, I guess that kind of makes sense. Come on.
Wow.
There, little fella.
Not even hiding the shade.
So he's like walking. He's walking. He's like, so Screamer, what happened? Why did you guys kill that orc? You guys were just supposed to be on guard duty.
He was saying things about the two skulls, and I was okay with it because they're orcs. They were supposed to be stronger, but the other guys they just didn't like it, and I just went along, but then they took me here and they left me, and I'm sorry.
You hear one of the guys, because you're kind of like walking in a line. Now you're in the center with the two skulls guys. A couple of them have fanned out ahead of you, and it seems that you're walking back towards the area that you had come from, that guard post. So he's just kind of walking with you and next to you and taking in your story. And he goes, and you hear a goblin behind you kind of spit off to the side and goes, fucking orcs, hate those guys. And they kind of just keep walking. And the guy with the two skulls on his pauldrons, he kind of looks back and he nods. And he goes, I know, it's been rough. There was all the acid and then all the cultisting but we joined up for a reason. There's gonna be gold here and a lot of people that we could take advantage of. It's gonna be really good. But they kind of got us just on this guard duty with all the prisoners. Not really all the glory I thought there would be, but we're working our way up. Don't you worry, tribe. We got this. And kind of keeps walking.
Like how
So you
this
guys
guy's
walk
trying
for-
to boost everyone's spirits.
for a while, and you're approaching closer and closer to the stronghold. And the leader turns to you again, and he goes, did they tell you where they were gonna go? We really need to track them down. We have to have some kind of proof that we didn't kill the orc.
I asked them, and they said they wouldn't tell me because they knew that I was going to get captured again, and you guys would just beat it out of me, and I'd talk anyway. I mean, I think I overheard they were talking about the vault. They said that there was some really powerful weapons in there. They said if they could get that stuff, then they'd be able to just kill all the orcs and just take over.
All right, I'm gonna make a check here real quick, and this is just to see how this particular goblin thinks of things. Oh boy. Okay. He stops dead in his tracks and turns and looks at you, and his eyes are just shining. And he's, a vault? And he goes, stop, men, stop! And he's like, gather. A vault? Why did you guys learn about a vault? No one said anything about that to us.
I don't know. They knew about it. I didn't hear anything about it, but I just heard it from them. I don't know. It might have been from one of the dwarves.
Bastard half-nose never tells anyone anything. Fine. One of the dwarves, you say, huh? I think I know the one. And he kind of puts an arm around you now and kind of just guides you forward. It takes about 45 minutes for you to get back to where the stronghold is, so be aware that you might need to recast this spell at some point. Otherwise, you're going to end up being Ignas Erdrick real quick in a room.
Grab your dick.
Yeah, that was why I was saying that long term I'm just fucked.
So
Uh,
also
have
be
enough
aware
spell slots to
your
burn.
your underwear is currently imbued with one of those spell slots to disguise
I
yourself.
have a free one. I have a
So
free
you-
one if need be.
Well, it's not free. You just already used a slot.
Right.
So,
I used one of my previous slots.
yes.
No, I used one of my previous slots casting it on the underwear. By the way, totally worked, guys. I told you it'd work.
Oh my
You know
God.
what? When
Magic underwear.
I take back everything I said about it.
I
Take back
honestly
everything I
can't
said.
even believe. Happy 20th episode, everybody. So you're approaching the same stronghold that you had gone through before, that kind of like narrowed down tunnel into the passageway, a couple of doors, and you're now into the stronghold proper, where the guards post is. You look around and it seems that everything has been scrubbed clean. The orc body is gone. None of the blood traces are left, and it looks like everything is kind of just as clean as it can possibly be. As you walk in, it seems that there was a changing of the guard there with the goblins, and it's just goblins there now. And they greet the guy with the two skulls there. A couple of, boss, welcome back. Did you find him? And there's another one who goes, oh, did the murderers, the deserters, did you find them? And then there's another one that goes, when's dinner? And they kind of just keep walking. And so the guy with the two skulls, he's answering these questions and stuff like that. So far, you've only heard him referred to as boss, just to keep that in mind. But it seems to be a really general accepted term for this.
Boss then.
So he answers back, no, we didn't find them. But we found one, and he says that there's a vault somewhere. We're gonna find some of this information. There's a dwarf, and I think he knows. He knows. We're gonna be rich. We're gonna be rich, boys. I told you coming here was a good idea. And they're kind of all gathered around and like all hyping themselves up for this whole thing. It's kind of it's like Wolf on Wall Street style, where they're like all pounding their chests and like they're getting amped about getting money. And so they kind of they go back to their posts and kind of relax. And the scouting party that you've kind of joined up with continues down that really dark hallway that you had never seen the end of. At this point in time, it's probably been about an hour. I believe Disguise Self lasts for an hour. So this is where you're in this hallway. You're going to need to make a choice. Do you go ahead and recast or use your underwear, or do you let it fall to be Ignis?
So wait, repeat the first part because I was looking at chat. Do I have an opportunity to cast it again?
To cast it, let me take a look at Disguise Self.
Casting time is one action.
Right. It's Cure Wounds.
Disguise
Self.
Can I just mutter?
Reach down.
It is verbal and somatic, which means that you say something and you also have to make a hand movement. So in this case, the way that if you were going to cast it, if you were going to it's okay. If you were going to cast it without them noticing that you're doing something out of the ordinary, I would probably have you make a sleight of hand check.
I'm just curious if I have a good sleight of hand score. I think that's Dex.
It's Dex, so it should be pretty high.
Yeah.
Additionally, you have the underwear one, which you just have to be touching, which you are because you're wearing it, and it just activates on an action.
Work.
So you don't have to do anything verbal,
nothing.
somatic, or whatever. You basically just will it to work because you know it's there.
I'm gonna risk the sleight of hand, even though it's probably a bad idea.
Okay.
Because if it fails, I can always just use the underwear.
Sure.
Actually, if it fails, then they just notice, but I still cast the spell, right?
Yes. Unless someone stops you in the middle of casting it, but it only takes 6 seconds to cast. So it basically what they're looking
explain the scene for me. Where am I in relation to everybody else?
You're still walking next to Boss. Boss is kind of in the middle here. He's got 3 of his goblins fanned out in front of him, and 4 behind him, or 3 behind him. Excuse me. So you're kind of just in the center here, walking next to him. He's got his arm around you. He's all buddy with you because you just told him about all this money. They all just got really hyped up. And you're kind of in the middle of all of that happening. And now you're walking down this hallway, and knowing your spells, you're feeling it come to an end.
Does the verbal component have to be used? Because I had a really cool idea of how I could do it.
The verbal component would have to be used if you're casting the spell.
You know what? I think in the current state of things, I would rather just use the underwear.
Okay. Go ahead. So that's what you do. You basically, while you're walking, you will the magical imbued underwear. Oh my god. To reapply.
I got
whatever
to say it.
Which goblin did I name you? Which goblin did I name you?
I forget. I'll write it down somewhere.
Which one did I name? Chat. Who was it?
I don't think
I can't remember if it was an S one.
Steve.
I'm the goblin
Can't
Steve.
remember. Too bad you're not a sorcerer with a subtle spell. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ignas the Goblin Erdrick.
So regardless, so you recast this skin of a goblin on top of yourself, and you continue walking. So you finally reach that archway, where you saw the light pouring out from before, but you had never actually gotten to. So you walk through this archway, and you kind of take a look on your left and your right, and you're walking down what looks to be kind of a thoroughfare for what would have been a marketplace at some point. The difference is that there seems to be posted guards of goblins on your left and on your right, and beyond them are caged and blocked in prisoners. As you walk by, you notice that there are men, women, children, of all races, dwarves, men, elves, basically the races that live throughout Erdrick and the north. And some seem to be like peasantry, maybe from around varying villages within the mountain ranges. But you also notice some that look a little bit battle-hardened. Some may be still wearing the leathers of their armor, but missing all of their weapons that possibly would have fought in a battle near here. And during this war, that's pretty likely. You continue down there. These seem to be smaller sets. But as you approach what looks to be kind of the crossroads where all four of these roads meet in this kind of X marketplace area, there are four very large pens, each holding probably about 100 people apiece. And they're all full. They're just full of people. You see one that holds, it seems to have a bunch of dwarves in it. Of basically all of them just wearing hide skin. One of them's missing an arm and is very pale. He has a long braided beard, and they seem to be singing. And then there's another area that looks like a lot of the you see a lot of golden armbands in another one of these pens, and there seems to be about 20 to 25 of these golden armbanded men and dwarves and elves. You also see just different armbands of different colors for basically every varying company that did not betray your family during the fall of Erdrick. And they seem to all be housed here. This is where all of the prisoners are. As you're walking down this, you see that there's guards posted at every location. There seems to be 2 or 3 guards to each area here. And as you're walking with this Two Skulls boss, you see a line of people all chained together or roped together, heads down, kind of bowed, being poked at the sides by more of these goblins. And as you pass, your goblin friends jeer and poke and prod at the prisoners being led away, and leaving various wounds and things like that. And the prisoners themselves try to keep their heads down. These don't look to be soldiers. They look to be more of like peasant folk. A couple children, one small girl there, kind of just clinging as close as she can to her mother, but while being led away. And they seem to be being led out of this prison area that X marketplace area. As you watch them go by, and as the boss kind of like sees all the prisoners around, he looks to you and he goes, "Guard duty isn't a whole lot of fun, but at least we get to poke at them." And he kind of just gives a jab out with his sword at one of the prisoners there, and it cuts one of them. And the man screams out a little bit.
I'm just gonna smile and nod. Yeah, boss. Yeah.
And so he continues leading you. You hit this crossroads, and he turns what you would basically up, right? So you turn left and you start walking forward. and you walk for some time. And again, it's just goblin guards and just prisoners all over the place. If you were going to make an estimated guess, I mean, you're pretty smart. How about you just go ahead and give me an intelligence check here? Let's see if you're just paying attention.
All right. I was actually going to ask if I could just make sure that I'm, memorizing layouts and whatnot.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and make an intelligence check. Let's see what you know. So far, it's not been difficult. Like the layout is if you walked past where you were before, you end up in this square marketplace area, and there's only 4 roads. Not a whole lot to mess up. What this doesn't tell you is necessarily how many people. But you're estimating somewhere like above 1,000 of these prisoners are probably here.
Okay.
So you've kind of turned left now, so you're going on what would be considered like a northern road on this marketplace, and then you take a right down kind of like a smaller alley. Again, on both sides there's just like bars and prisoners, and then goblins kind of just sitting around, either eating or jeering at some of them. The boss kicks one of the goblins awake that was sleeping, and you kind of just continue onwards. Eventually, you come to a set of stairs that spirals down. The boss kind of he points to, or he calls to the 3 goblins in front of him, and basically he just says, "Wait here, you other 3, come with us. We have to talk to him." And he walks down this set of spiral staircase, down and down. It's probably about 2 or 3 what you would consider normal stories, and it just goes down. And now, and where you exit, it is dark, it is dank. There's barely any torchlight. And it is wet, and it doesn't seem like it is as well cared for as some of the rest of this old stronghold was. And you continue down, you notice that it's not just bars and things on the right. This looks like it was a proper dungeon at one point. There's wooden doors with slats in them, and you continue down to the end of the hallway. Make a perception check for me.
Desperately trying to think how the heck I get out of here before my spell runs out. Oh, wow.
Okay.
Wow.
I see the wall. It's a very nice wall.
Yeah, you see the doors on either side of you, and I think what happens is that your attention is taken more by the sight that's in front of you than anything to the around you, or maybe what you could hear. In front of you, sitting on a stool, leaning up against an iron door at the end of the walkway, is a large, burly orc, kind of pot-bellied a bit, wearing an apron covered in blood. And at his side, you see a large meat cleaver kind of leaning against the stool, and he's leaning against the wall, arms crossed, sleeping. He's got some scraggly hair. One of his tusks is completely broken off and doesn't look like he's done anything to take care of it. And the other one has almost overgrown and curled back towards his cheek. And he's sleeping there. He's pretty large and intimidating. Boss Goblin walks up to him and kicks him. "Wake up! We need to see the prisoner now!" The orc shakes awake, and you notice that he's only got one eye, and there is nothing going on in here. It is just a pit of empty eye socket. And he looks down at this goblin and just, "On whose orders?" And Goblin looks up at him. "Boss of the 2 Skulls! You do it now! Valrul said so!" And he's gonna make a deception check.
I'm gonna have to fight on behalf of the goblins.
Let's see. Deception
that'd
is,
be
I believe,
great.
charisma. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Hey,
I don't know if you want to hide those rolls, but they're showing up in my chat.
Oh, that's fine. You can see this.
Okay.
Because this is going to affect you anyways, and you're going to notice really quickly if he is able to tell or not. Okay. The orc grumbles a little. Fine. And he picks up the cleaver, and he just bashes through the iron door. It doesn't look like it was locked or anything. It just swings open and slams. And the 2 Skulls boss walks in behind him. As you walk into this room here, the 2 Skulls boss tells the other 3 goblins to wait outside, and they kind of post up around this iron door. And as you walk in behind the boss and the orc, you walk into essentially a nightmare. There is instruments of torture all over the walls, varying levels and lengths of blades, with different jaggedness and rust applied to them, hooks, pliers, pincers, and a stretching rack in the middle. On that stretching rack, you see what looks to be an old dwarf, white hair and beard laying across his chest, hair matted with blood all over. You see each of his fingernails has been torn off. He's got varying levels of blades into his body and pins, and he's being stretched fully across the stretching board.
They're trying to make him a normal size person.
Oh god, it's horrible. That's horrible.
I wonder if it'll work.
The orc walks in and he walks over to a table and he slams his cleaver down on it and he goes, "Wake up, prisoners! Time to talk." The Two Skulls boss kind of walks over and slaps who you now recognize as Odeg across the face. And he goes, "Wake up! I have questions for you." And then he points over at the orc and says, "You! Get out and shut the door!" And the orc's just like, "Take all the fun." And he picks up his cleaver again and kind of like picks at his tusk and then walks out the door and slams the iron door behind him. Again, the goblin turns to Odeg there and sees him laying on the thing, and Odeg, basically his eyes kind of just roll open. The goblin boss grabs one of the long knives in his leg and removes it slowly, and Odeg shakes awake as the pain goes through him. And he's, "Oh, what?" And he looks up and he looks over and he sees the two skulls sitting next to him, and it basically it doesn't seem like his eyes see focus anymore. He can't seem to focus in on anything.
Just for my future knowledge, how many goblins are in the room with us?
You and the boss. Yeah, he left the other three outside and then left the other three upstairs.
Interesting.
Huh.
Interesting.
I already see where this is going.
Please no.
So the goblin boss, after he
Rob knows too.
Please don't do it.
But it's so tempting. Oh god.
You're doing so good.
Oh god. Okay.
The goblin boss takes out the knife and it's slick with the blood, and he slams it onto the table kind of up near where Odeg's nose and face is, and it becomes clear to you then that his eyes aren't focusing anymore. You don't really know why or what, if it's just the trauma of the situation that he's in, but he doesn't seem to be able to see very well or focus on anything. The Two Skulls goblin starts yelling at him. "There's a vault! I know it! Where is it? What's in it? I want it! Tell me now!" And Odeg, kind of voice shaky, and you hear, basically he just starts speaking in Dwarven. So you don't know what he's saying, but he seems to be speaking in Dwarven. And actually, can you make a religion check for me, please?
I mean, I can tell from the request what it is, but for my character's sake, there you go.
He is for sure praying. He's praying to his aspect Belarus, the god of the mountain, and he doesn't seem to be focusing very hard. This goes on for a bit.
I'm actually gonna kind of try and distract the boss by saying, "Boss, what's he saying?"
He looks over and he goes, "Dwarven gibberish," and then he pulls the knife out of the table and places it up against Odeg's throat. "Speak common now, dwarf." And Odeg kind of just continues this litany of this gentle cadence of Dwarven. Again, you recognize it as a prayer from the dwarves you've interacted with within Erdrick and things like that. Most of them do pray to the aspect of the mountain Belarus. So, but you don't know the words. That is a really good roll, so you know exactly what prayer it is, and it's one for shelter under the mountain and surviving the storm. So that's kind of the where he's at right now. This is greatly agitating the goblin boss, and he is literally hopping mad now.
So I have two things I want to point out. If I had full spell slots, I know of a completely badass thing that I would do. But since I don't, I'm gonna maybe do the lesser badass thing. I don't know.
The
Rob
so
seems
as
kind of adamant that I not do the thing.
the goblin,
Okay. Here's what I want to do in preparation.
okay.
I like to prepare an action.
What is the trigger?
Trigger is going to be if the goblin boss actually cuts the throat or attempts to deal a fatal blow to Odeg.
Okay. What would you do?
I
need-
want
You have to
to
have
be
a
taking,
trigger and a specific
I
thing.
want to be taking position behind the boss with my spear in hand. I
Uh-huh.
want to have it at the ready, and if I see him do that, he gets stuck.
Okay. In preparation for this, roll a stealth check.
Actually, not behind. Let's say off to the side, because I can still jab him in the side.
Okay. So you're just standing next to him then.
But yeah, like a little bit behind to the side. Basically, I just don't want to be in his peripheral vision.
Sure.
To the side and a little bit back.
He, based on your deception from earlier, he totally believes you right now.
Okay.
So I don't think you need to be stealthy about your positioning here unless you were directly behind him. So if you're off to the side, fine.
Yeah.
He's not going to really bother. He's a little bit, also from his earlier wisdom check, he is bent on figuring out where this vault is.
All
So
right.
he's going to do what he can. So so you're prepared next to him and you're holding your spear just as you were.
Yeah. But ready to actually strike.
Your action will take place if he strikes Odeg mortally.
All right.
That's the trigger.
Yes, if he strikes him mortally. I'm also gonna try and figure out what the heck I want to say. Let's see.
As you move around.
I got it.
Okay.
Boss. I remember. The dwarf. He said something about a gnome.
Gnome? We have plenty of gnome prisoners.
No, not just any gnome. Like a really, really famous gnome.
Famous gnome?
Important. Important.
No gnome is important. What
I
are you?
don't know. That's what they said. So somebody.
You
from
heard this
Erdrick-
from Half Nose before
Somebody
they
from-
left?
Somebody from Erdrick, he said.
Erdrick.
Somebody really important from Erdrick.
I've never
I don't
been
know.
there. Okay.
Don't the gnomes run Erdrick, boss?
He takes the knife that he had pressed against Odeg's throat and slams it into Odeg's thigh. He says, "What do you know about Erdrick? What gnome knows about the vault?" And you hear Odeg cry out in pain. Obviously his prayer having stopped, and he starts babbling something in common, but very, very low. Make a perception check. See if you can hear this.
Okay.
12. It seems like incoherent common, just being babbled out. The goblin, he leans down closer to Odeg to see if he can't hear what he's saying. No, he's got nothing, and he's mad about it. He twists the dagger or the knife into Odeg's leg, and Odeg screams out again. Odeg starts speaking louder, and in common again. So I met a gnome, with friends, and an orc. Told them there's a vault. The goblin takes out the dagger, and Odeg relaxes and kind of subsides. This time when Odeg opens his eyes, he seems to have focused a little bit more. It seems that the pain actually has helped him a little bit in this regard, it being sharper than his just dull, always pain of being tortured right now. The goblin leans closer. "Tell me now, dwarf. Where?" Odeg looks up, and actually you see him focus on his eyes, and he says, "The forge. Go to the forge. There's a large ruby there. Touch it." and the vault will open for you. The goblin. Time to do this.
Also, I wanted to point out, boss, he mentioned an orc. They must already know about the vault. They could be on their way.
He swings around and looks at you while the knife is still at Odeg. Just looks over and she goes, "That's not happening. We'll take the whole crew. We'll get to this vault."
Boss,
And
yeah,
he
we gotta hurry, boss. We gotta hurry.
He pulls out the knife and then slams it into Odeg's shoulder and he goes, "If you're lying to me, dwarf, I will kill you, and I will be back." And he looks over to you and he goes, We have to find the vault now." And he releases the knife as it's in his shoulder, and he storms out of the room, throwing open the iron door and shoving past the orc. He motions to his goblin companions and says in goblins, "Round up the group. Get about 20. We're gonna need them. We gotta make sure that those orcs don't get to the vault before us. We will be rich, boys. Let's go."
So is he leaving me alone in the room?
He opened the door and he's stormed out.
Okay, so is he leaving?
The orc has turned around and has walked into the room.
Okay. So no one's out of earshot yet.
No, there's an orc in the room, and then there's the goblins leaving. The orc looks down at you and goes, "Aren't you going to follow your boss? Get out of here. This is my work."
Can I have the knife? Can I have the knife?
What knife are you talking about?
I thought the goblin like jammed the knife in the slab, the rack.
No. Oh, okay. So you're pointing at the knife that's literally in Odeg's shoulder right now.
Oh, it's in his shoulder. Yeah.
Yeah. The orc looks at you. "I have plenty. Grab it for yourself."
All right. So then
And he goes over to the table and basically he starts sharpening all of his various different implements, kind of like messing with the pliers and things like that, and making sure that his blades are sharp. So his back is currently to you.
all right. And he's sharpening things and it's taking his attention.
As much as you can tell. Oh my God.
What is that?
It's
No, I
Ignas
know what
That is Ignas
in his magical
Erdrick.
underwear.
Viscount of Erdrick.
I've been enjoying this
And for all he
entire
knows,
exchange.
possibly the Duke of Erdrick if his father is dead. With his magic underwear.
Oh, that is awesome. That is awesome.
I've been
Okay.
inspired.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
They will make murals of your victory here, my friend.
All right. I wanna
Leave it.
lean over the table, the rack, just get right in close to Odeg's face. Just have my hand on the dagger, not actually pull it out.
Odeg, again, he's focused now. It seems that the pain from each of these different jabbings has kind of brought him back to somewhat consciousness, and he is laser focused on your face right now as you lean over him.
I'm just gonna whisper as quietly as I possibly can.
Oh.
It's Ignis. Hang on, we're going to get you out of this.
All right. I know
pick
he's
up.
distracted, but you are going to need to make... Oh, gosh. Because it's whispering.
Yep.
What in the fuck is this check? I feel like... It's like similar to sleight of hand because you're trying to do stealth. It's a stealth check.
All right.
It's a stealth check, and I need the orc real quick. He's going to make a opposing check to see if he notices.
Oh, come on. Oh,
He doesn't. The orc seems to be like banging away at something or sharpening a blade with a whetstone, and his back stays to you as you say that. And Odeg, you see his eyes kind of light up. To, "Help me, son. Help."
just had a thought.
Uh-oh.
I just had a thought.
Uh-oh.
All right, I'm gonna attempt something, but I'm not gonna.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna. Oh, don't worry, it's not that bad. I'm not gonna, put a stick of dynamite in the orc's trousers and then light it and run away laughing.
Time is ticking here, bud.
All right,
I know you're thinking about stuff,
Yeah,
but
I know.
time is going.
I'm gonna walk out to the boss. I'm gonna say, boss, shouldn't we take the dwarf with us? Because what if he's lying?
As you leave the room, you hear Odag start crying out after you. Help me! Don't leave me again! Help me, son! And so you go over to the boss, and the boss kind of looks over your shoulder and he goes, What's he saying?
Oh, boss, he was just muttering stuff. It's weird. I don't know, dwarves.
Make a deception check.
Oh my fucking god.
He looks at you, and with complete trust in his eyes. Crazy old coot. We should just go ahead and kill him. And he just says, come on, let's get the boys together. We have gold to get. And he walks away.
I'm gonna actually follow him, but I'm gonna follow him only as long as it takes. Oh my god, what do I don't wanna. Well, all right, I'll follow him for now.
Keep in mind this would be about 30 minutes of your next disguise spell.
Right. Okay, maybe I do want to see if there's an I'm gonna look for an opportunity to slip away. I'm just gonna follow him for now, but look for an opportunity to slip away.
Okay. So you head back up the stairs, and on the way up, boss is yelling out orders to the 3 goblins that were down there with you, and as you get to the top, he yells to the top ones, and he's yelling out orders to gather some troops, some of the better troops, and saying, basically just yelling about how he's not going to let the orcs beat them to the treasure, how they're all going to be rich, and he kind of turns around and says, leave minimal guard, and let's go. He turns back to you as he gets to the top of the steps, and he's said all this, and he puts a hand on his shoulder and goes, you've done good. Maybe you aren't so weak after all. You should come with us.
Thanks, boss.
You should come with us. You get a good cut. 1% even.
That's so generous, boss.
And he kind of pats you on the shoulder and turns around and starts yelling more orders. You're kind of left on your own.
Okay.
This is the benefits of you having 2 incredible deception checks. This is
absolutely
he trusts you implicitly. It's
what does that even
unfreaking real.
say? I can't even read that.
I can't read
Best
it.
DM, aka Joel, aka Runaway Robot, aka I can't read the rest of it. It's too small. on my
Robot,
screen.
aka Handsome Boy, aka Man of Many Voices. I'm just sitting here admiring you two.
You
Keep
are,
going. You guys keep going.
You are left
We're
to
sleeping
your
down
to
low.
your own devices, and I think that's where we're gonna take our break, and we'll come back for part 2 here.
Fuck me sideways. I'm so screwed.
We're this is the weirdest part of all of this is that Miera and Darien are literally just asleep.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm like, I
They're
don't know
just
what I'm
sleeping.
doing.
Like, I can go.
It's
I'm
so
just doing
ridiculous.
it.
He didn't wake up anyone. They're just
It's
sleeping.
funny because I know what I'm gonna do when I wake up. I gotta wait until I wake up.
Yeah, like, do we do it here tonight? Like,
I'm
we can
just
wait
doodling.
till Sunday.
So we will address
Someone
that
please
after
save
the break.
me.
So we're gonna take about a 3 to 5 minute break here, and thank you guys for tuning into this nonsense. It's an absolute blast.
Happy
and,
20th episode.
We'll be right back. Happy 20th episode.
Someone please save me.
Could be. Welcome back to DieFall episode 20.
That's a lot
can't
of
even
dash.
believe. I can't
20
even believe.
Marked by 20s.
There's been too many 0 modifier natural 20
Too
bullshit
many
rolls.
crits, too many crits.
Too
So
many crits.
prior to the break, we've left off Goblin Ignas Erdrick is left to his own devices in the kind of prison area of the stronghold right now.
Oh, God.
So we're gonna step away from that for a moment and think about our other players. But we kind of cut to a black screen for our DieFall movie, and we watch, the camera pans and it watches as a single drop of water falls and seems to hit a shimmering pool underneath that you don't notice there before. And as the ripples go across, there's these rose petals that float across the top of the water. Another drop of water falls and the ripples again go, and you see these rose petals kind of floating aimlessly on what seems to be a reflecting pool. The camera pans up, and we see Darien standing at the edge of this reflecting pool, looking down and in. And Darien, you come to consciousness looking at yourself in the water. But it's different. It's the most idealized version of yourself that you could possibly ever imagine. Fully armed and armored, and helm at your side. What does that look like, Darien? If Darien got to see himself in all of his glory, the top of his prime, what would it be?
Probably, I mean, I feel like Captain is shooting way too low in terms of like Erdrick Royal Guard, but like Erdrick Royal Guard with Duke Ignis by his side, like some, however many years in the future.
Yeah, you would be the commander of the Ignis, Erdrick Royal Guard. Yeah.
In, white and gold gilded armor, like full plate, like just this handsome motherfucker. Like the perfect 5 o'clock shadow. Like,
yeah.
How did he plan this? That motherfucker must have Dollar Shave Club. Like, how did this happen?
Hashtag
so handsome.
It could be an ad.
Hashtag not an ad, but could be.
Yeah. So full that full like silvered plate armor, gold inlaid.
For sure.
Sword and shield still?
Oh yeah. Like
long sword and shield?
Yeah.
Has the crest changed on your shield? Does it still the Heroncrest heron, or do you bear the crest of Erdrick?
I think maybe the crest of Erdrick is emblazoned on the armor, but Heroncrest. No, you know what? Hang on, I'm gonna flip this. Erdrick on the shield. I think Heroncrest over his heart.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Because metaphor.
So for those of you that that don't know, the sigil of Erdrick is what is that red? It's the red flower, and I can't remember if I actually put a picture of that somewhere.
Is it what you texted me?
No. That was for.
Oh, that that was for the aspect.
Your religion. I can't remember what's the name of the flower, Rel, that
depends.
It's the Japanese red.
It's called
red...
sakura.
Yeah. So if you want to Google it, it's that. So that would be emblazoned on the shield. It's kind of a red, kind of orchid looking flower, to be honest. And then the profile of the heron over his breastplate. So as you look at yourself down into this reflecting pool, another drop of water falls from somewhere, and it hits, and it seems to bring color and light to the scape that you're looking in. You see now that it's not just this endless reflecting pool in a bunch of blackness that you're standing in, but the reflecting pool actually has edges and proceeds forward, and there's stepping stones there of marble. And at the sides of each of this reflecting pool are these rose bushes, all just piled full of blood red roses, and the smell is just slightly sweet on the wind. It'd be overwhelming if it was real life, because there's way too many roses on any single one of these bushes to actually exist in the world, but they're there. And as you look out above, the hedges that are probably about 4 or 5 feet high, you look over rolling hills and what looks to be a perpetual sunset kind of just painted across the sky in all oranges and purples and reds. What would you like to do?
Walk on the stepping stones toward the sunset.
Sure. So you basically follow down what looks to be kind of this endless corridor of these rose bushes and these stepping stones as you walk across this reflecting pool. The rose petals like floating across next to you. And you're walking directly into the sunset. And it seems to continue on and on and on until you notice this kind of monolithic figure in the distance. It seems to be some way off yet, but it rises out of the ground, tall and imposing, maybe 40 feet tall. And it has the thorned rose emblazoned on it, the symbol of Alis. Would you like to continue towards it?
Mm-hmm.
So you continue walking, and you don't really notice time passing, and it's not like the sun ever sets on you here. And you continue walking, but it seems to take much longer than you actually expected. And the monolith itself is actually much larger than the 30 to 40 feet that you actually thought, because it seems that time and space are maybe a little bit stretched here that you weren't expecting. But as you approach, you see that there's these tiered stairs, and they go up and up and up, and then sits on a dais, and then there's another lip, and there's a large marble throne there on top of the dais. And sitting in the throne is a woman, ghostly white and pale, has a slight shimmer that you can see against the sun in the sunset. See long white hair, straight, probably comes down to about her waist as she sits in the chair. Long ears poke through the white hair, longer than most elves' ears, and they sit flat and far back. But you do notice that she has blood red lips, the color of all the roses around you. And she has lavender eyes that even from here you can see. What would you like to do?
As I look upon her, I kind of subconsciously touch the amulet of the aspect Alis, and I kneel.
The amulet is warm to the touch now, much like when you're casting a spell of some kind, and you kneel. You kneel at the bottom of these 10 or 15 steps, and on top of the dais there, the woman speaks out to you, and her voice is kind of otherworldly in the way that, like, when you're watching a movie and they kind of give that like back echo onto things, and it kind of fades in kind of weirdly. It kind of has that quality to it. It's definitely, you're not on your home plane here. And she says, she looks down at you and nods. And, hello, Darien. Such manners, kneeling like this. They taught you well in the monastery. Please, rise, approach.
I abide.
She continues speaking as you approach her. She stays in the chair, and as you get closer, it again is this weird time-space continuum, otherworldliness, that as you walk up the stairs are actually much taller than you first anticipated, and you're having to climb them. And you get to the top, and she sits about 20 feet taller than you in an immense stone throne. And she looks down at you, but the voice still stays soft. It doesn't match the size of her frame or anything like that. And she looks down at you and speaks. Been watching you, keeping an eye. Your quest to slay the Val Rule is admirable and just. But there's a worse coming. You cannot allow him to complete the ritual. You must stop my sister, Paris, from completing her chosen. And she kind of looks down at you, and she stands up. And as she stands up and takes a step forward, you watch as her form begins to shrink, and it matches the size of yours as she approaches you, stepping down off the dais. You're the only one of mine close enough to stop this from happening. It is everything the opposite of what we stand for, and it will corrupt all until there is nothing left. Every living being will be a husk. Even that elf girl, Miera. As she steps down and shrinks, she reaches out and touches your chest, and you feel that warmth that you felt in the amulet kind of suffuse your entire body. I don't care what it takes. Paris must not have this. It is on you, my sweet handsome Darien. My faith is with you, and my power. Show them that all roses have thorns. And she pushes you, and you fall backwards, but you don't hit the stone of the stairs. You fall into the water of the reflecting pool, and it envelops you. And you wake up, gasping for breath, fire low in Odeg's broken house.
Is Miara still asleep?
She's sleeping peacefully next to Balmiar. She doesn't sleep. She's tranced. You can trance for about 4 hours and then be fine.
Remind me, is this place, it's just got one room, or are there multiple?
It is a one-room hovel that is a hole in a mountain.
Okay. I guess I go to the opposite side of the room as Miara and just kind of lean up against the wall, reflect on what I just witnessed, and I'm just...
You make a perception check for me.
Oh boy. Oh brother.
Is he gonna have to perceive that I'm gone?
I have a feeling.
He just stands up, looks
See
around.
it.
In this one-room hovel. Well, everything looks fine. We got Miara. We got Balmir. Everything's fine.
You've noticed with your passive perception, Ignis is gone. But also, where's your shield right now?
Where I was sleeping? Or are you saying like that's gone as well?
Where is it?
Oh, I would have laid it next to me.
You would have laid it next to you?
Mm-hmm.
You glance down as you take a look across the room and notice that Ignis is missing. The Heroncrest is different on the shield now. It seems to be inlaid with gold, and the heron's leg is up and grasping thorny rose. Rose being blood red and emblazoned with ruby. And you currently have a new shield.
Okay, can I actually lessen my own perception check and not notice the shield yet? Because I'm about to have the mother of all freakouts.
Nope, you see it. But
Okay,
you also
great.
see
I'm
Ignis
just not
is
going
gone.
to process that.
Yep,
I
it's
saw
there.
it. I'm not going to process that because I'm going to scream.
What we see is the camera pans up. You get up. You look over at Miara. You see Balmiar. We see you glance over, notice the shield, give a quizzical look, and then look for Ignis, and he's gone.
My lord? God damn it! And I run over to the shield, I pick it up, and I grab my sword, and I go to run for the door, and I just drop everything and start crying.
Oh, shit. Oh, no.
Oh no.
Miara, I believe this is definitely loud enough for you to hear.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
So you probably wake up. Balmiar is definitely up and pacing. Yeah. What would you like to do? You wake up to Darien yelling, running with his gear towards the door, and then collapsing on the ground and sobbing.
Well, at first glance, at the moment of Darien's yell, I jump and grab my weapons because I think something's here. And then as I see Darien fall and collapse, I kind of like take a look around, like not like just to like see if everybody's like why he could be doing that. And I probably
you see Ignis is not there. Yeah, Ignis is not there.
Oh no.
Go.
And I run up to Darien. I'll be like, and I'll say, Darien, where's Ignis?
I don't know. I don't know. And I'm tired of this godforsaken hole in the ground. There's been nothing but shit after just I mean, for fuck's sake, the mushrooms almost killed me.
Darien, it's okay. We have to find him.
I
sure
can't do this.
Too far. Knowing him and how crazy his mind works, he's probably okay. He's probably okay.
Probably okay until he no doubt tries some insane harebrained scheme that somehow involves 5 corpses and it blows up in his face, probably literally because we armed the man with dynamite. This is my charge. This is my mission, and I can't complete it.
Darien, I understand how frustrated you must feel. But right now, we have to find Ignas. I think that's our number one priority at this moment is to find Ignas. Whether or not he is dead is not something we should worry about right at the moment, but we just need to find him and confirm for ourselves.
The map. Does he have the map, or do we have it?
Yeah, did I take that map?
I thought
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
You guys were looking at it together. Ignas was storing it because he stores everything
in
his
the bag of holding.
Good
Yeah.
God, the cursed fucking bag of
He-
holding. I
he
swear to
has
God,
the
his
map.
sister is in there. I
You
swear
know,
I
no
hear him
one's
talking
checked.
to her at night.
All right. Hold on. I want to make an investigation check just to see if I can see where he went. See if I could find out, or a survival check to see if I can find footprints.
Were there signs of a struggle?
Yeah, so you want to take a look at where he was posted up on guard last you saw him and
Yes.
see what happened. Yeah, you can go ahead and do that. It might be you're pretty adept at this kind of thing. Take a look. Let's see. I think in this case, I think I'll allow you either investigation or survival depending on what's higher for you.
Okay. Darien, please, this is where I last saw Darien. Unless I saw Ignas. Maybe we can track where he went. Do you want to help me see if we can find footprints, see if he left somewhere or something?
Absolutely.
All right.
I light a torch.
Cool.
Yep.
So I'm gonna roll survival at advantage.
Yep, go for it.
Cool. Heart of the card.
Happy 20th episode, everybody. 20's on 20.
guess it's the third one.
20th episode.
All right. Yeah, so you take a look at that, and for some reason, between you and Darien, you are able to find out you're able to discern when the door was opened last, by that it was opened more recently than when you guys had originally come in, and you see that the size of his footprints have exited the room. The door was definitely opened at some point in time after you guys had closed it, and he definitely walked out. You don't see any signs of a struggle or him running or being in a rush. It looks like the door was cracked open. He stepped out and then closed behind him.
Well, however he left here, he definitely left willingly and without
That's what I'm
struggle.
afraid of.
If we follow these tracks and are just careful about where we go, we might be able to stumble upon him again.
Okay. You're the tracker. Lead the way.
All right.
You guys exit the home.
Mm-hmm.
Help me!
So you slip outside, and your survival skills here put to the test. You've done well. You see where he walked out, and where it looks like arrayed before him was 6 goblins-sized feet. You can tell that they're the number. Again, a crit on survival is like you know what they ate last night just by how they stand.
Like detective mode in Arkham games.
Exactly. You know everything, right? You know that the one on the right was a little bit fatter than the one on the left, like just because of the indentations. Like, oh, this one has a limp. You can tell by the track. Like, it's dumb.
I just had bolts of
But
brilliance. Hey.
You see where he walked out, paused, and maybe like kind of shuffled his feet a little bit nervously, and then approached the group. The group then, it looks like, gathered around, and then set off in a formation towards back towards the stronghold where you guys had exited from previously.
All right, it looks like he was definitely with there's about 6 of them in there. They were heading back towards the stronghold where we came from.
Do you think he went back to where we killed those orcs?
Maybe even further.
He went down the goddamn hallway. He went down the goddamn hallway.
I don't know.
All right.
We
Why
have to
not?
go down there. Right? We have to go down there.
Oh, this is gonna be interesting.
I love
Because
this.
from what it looks like to me, it looks like he went and did something and convinced them that he was part of them, and now he's there by himself with all of them.
The underwear.
It actually worked.
Making the most of that 7 intelligence score.
He is.
It's what it looks like.
He is frighteningly brilliant.
I can't
Really?
trust him farther than I can throw him, and he's way out of range right now.
Oh boy.
Okay. What would you guys like to do?
Keep going
You're gonna
toward the
follow
stronghold.
I think we gotta if our goal is to find Ignis, then we gotta keep going.
Okay.
Boy.
You follow the tracks over the next 45 minutes back to where the stronghold is. As you approach, would you like to continue at a normal pace? Do you want to try to be stealthy about it? Do you want to? What do you want to do?
As we get
this is the point where
closer
you're
to the
like, you know that around the bend you're gonna walk smack dab into that guard post that you were at earlier.
Darren, you want to go in guns blazing, or do you want to just try to take?
I mean, I don't know. Does it matter? This place is going to eat us alive. I don't even know how he made it this far.
We can't infiltrate like he can. Clearly.
We have to get to those prisoners.
That's our only way.
I mean, I have.
If he's still alive, worst comes to worst, we're a distraction where he can then arm the prisoners.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the worst case scenario. And we end up dying and he ends up freeing everybody.
Fantastic.
Don't die.
You're not there.
Save me.
Again,
I think
you're
our
not
best
there.
chance at stopping
know.
Bahrul
No metagaming, please.
is to probably just proceed forward.
I
Ready
think-
for anything.
Well, then we're at this stage. What are the light sources around me?
Your torch.
Okay. How close?
Yep,
Are we,
Domino's just as
currently have
blind
your
as you.
torch. What was that?
how close are we to the outpost?
You know that around the bend, you're basically down that straight where there was about 50 feet before you got to the doors.
Okay, because that's like fairly well lit in there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, that was a
in
good
there it
area.
is. That you remember it was.
Okay.
So it's just, how you get there, I guess, matters.
Okay. Yeah. We'll proceed.
Proceed as normal.
You're just gonna walk it out.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Probably a little
I'd
hurriedly.
like to have my sword in my other hand.
Okay. Swords out.
Yeah,
Sounds
I'm
good.
armed as well right now.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, you turn the corner. And Miara, what's your dark vision radius?
I believe it's
Distance?
60 feet. I wanna
60
say it's
feet?
60 feet. Let me just take a look really quick. Yep, 60 feet.
You turn the corner and you see a goblin posted up near the near the the entrance to this to the stronghold here over at the guard post. It sees you at the exact same time. So I'm gonna have to have you guys roll initiative, and I'm making sure that the map's all set up for you. So give me 1 second, and then we're gonna get everyone onto the page here.
Wee woo!
Yeah, a lot of wee woo here,
Wee
boys.
woo!
The funniest thing would be if it's actually Ignis.
If I kill Ignis by accident, entirely new character arc for Darien.
Yeah, it is. Darien goes to the bad place.
The baddest. Darien becomes McSwiggins. Starts drinking, has
the journey.
crippling alcoholism, and he's like secretly fucking miserable. Which we never got into because he died. But McSwiggins was not an okay dude.
No, he was not
okay.
No, he was not okay. And
nobody
cared.
knew.
By the way, as you get this set up, interesting that you mentioned The Bad Place, because my wife and I started watching The Good Place not too long ago.
Great show.
Yeah, we really like it. Yeah,
really good. Hang on, I'm getting everyone situated. So I got to get Balmiar on the map, but you guys are at least on the map currently, so you can select your tokens and do a little bit of that they're rolling.
We finished our full rest, right?
Nope. You did not. You were about 2 hours into your rest.
Ooh, thank you for reminding me. I preemptively changed my stats, so let me change that back down to that and to that.
Yeah,
I was hoping to at least get the 4 hours I needed.
Definitely not. All right. Let's take a look at what you guys see on the map. You're currently off map, but so here's what we're going to do. Miera, this is actually 50 feet away. All right. Sorry, I didn't mean to move you on top of that person. That's my bad. Everything's lagging.
I'm so slow.
That's 50 feet away. Balmiar is going to be a step behind you. Darien's going to be next to you. Darien, I don't think you can actually see anything here, but you might be able to see a little bit just because, hey, that's how this map's currently set up.
Yeah.
And Ignis, I'm sorry, you're just blind. You don't get to see anything.
We're just blind boys.
Of course I'm blind.
Boys do.
I'm not there.
I think.
Oh, actually, technically not 100% blind because I do see Balmier.
Yeah, you see him next to you. Hang on a second. I was gonna see if I can't. Yeah, never mind. I can't give you. Can't give you vision. Sorry.
Nobody panic.
Yeah. You're just kind of chilling. So I'm actually gonna just remove you from this.
Breaking shit on my
and Balmiar
now I'm
is
blind
behind you.
Hooray.
Okay. Now let me make sure everyone can see this up here. So from where you're at right now, it's actually 50 feet away. So it says 15. All right.
So we're
another
we're
35
a bunch off map. Got it.
Yeah, because again, this is like that long hallway that we have to mess with to make anything happen, and this is where we're at. So
Gotcha.
In this case, I need to roll the initiative for our boys here.
Boys.
Boys.
I see a boy.
I see a boy. Yeah.
This M problematic.
Boys.
Disengage.
Disengage.
Okay. That's this one currently that you can see.
The fire primordial.
Something like that.
Take the ruby and throw it at one of them.
Catch, and then just run.
Catch. Okay. Okay. So I was just making sure stream can see, and
Strim.
so Darien, it looks like you got first go here.
Hey.
Kill him.
But Darien doesn't see anything technically.
Yay.
But if he's in it, he's going
Well,
out.
I've still
going
got the
guns
torch,
blazing.
yeah?
Yes, but it's a 20 feet. You can see 20 feet ahead of you.
Oh, okay.
Not
So-
the full
Can you
50.
see
You can
the
kind of see
light
the
that
shadow
neon?
behind. Yeah, you can see
Yeah.
the shadowed figure of something ahead of you.
Got
Looks goblin-esque, but you can't necessarily see him.
I'm going to say, my lord, and sprint toward him
Okay.
using
so-
using my full 60.
You full 60? Okay, so that's 50. Well, so that was 50 feet
50 to get
him.
me to here, or 50 feet to him.
50 feet will get you right, Mir.
Oh, I was under the impression 50 was where. Okay, got it. All right, so I'm gonna and then that's close enough to realize that ain't my boy.
Yep, and now you're just standing in front of him. I
Sword
believe that's
at
it,
the
unless
ready.
you have a bonus action that you can do from here, because you use your action to dash.
Yeah.
You still have 10 feet of movement if you'd like to use it from here.
No, that's fine. I'm happy here.
Okay, cool. So that means it's Goblin's turn. Goblin is a little weirded out by you just running at him, and he kind of yelps in surprise as he sees you running. But while you're running up to him, it gives him plenty of time to kind of like prepare himself for what's happening. So he's gonna lash out at you with his sword here. Oof. Yeah, bad roll on his part. So it doesn't look like he's gonna be able to hit you. But he lashes out, and you bat it to the side with your sword. And he's now locked in combat with you. You're kind of switching back and forth, you know, hitting at each other. Miera, it is
How far
your
away
turn
is he?
there.
50.
From
50?
you right now, he is technically, his square is 55 feet away from you.
Hold on 1 second. And Balmiar is like right behind me.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he's behind you.
Fuck.
Throw
of us can reach him.
Balmiar.
Neither of us can reach him. Balmiar's range is 50 feet.
So you would show up right at the square.
Don't you have a bow?
I do
Also
have a
that.
bow, but I was armed with my sickle sword already.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, because I ran out there thinking that we would get right there. So yeah, I'm gonna take my action to also just get right up in there.
Yep, sure. So
I
you
guess
you
that's
run all the way forward there.
Yeah.
You want Balmiar to be behind you?
Oh,
Oh, that's
hello.
fine. He's not supposed to be there. He's gone now. Don't worry about him. I think he accidentally moved at the same time I moved you.
That little fuck.
I was like, oh, hello. Yeah,
All right, so
Balmiar's like
Balmiar's
right
on map
behind
too.
me.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to watch the combat through the
And
tiny,
that's all
tiny
I can
Twitch
do because I don't
window.
have any bonus actions or anything.
Okay. So Darien, it is now your turn again.
Oh, I'm gonna swing at that boy.
Go for it. Oh yeah, that might hit. Yep. In your anger and rage at not being able to find Ignis, you instantaneously cleave this goblin in half. He is unable to stand in front of your fury, and he dies.
I turned to Miera. Shall we?
We shall. Your dedication impresses
then-
me.
Oh my
Miera
god.
will-
I love it. So you move forward?
Yeah, I'm gonna move forward here. I'm gonna look at her and ready your bow. I'm gonna open this door and be prepared for whatever's on the other side.
Okay. I'm gonna switch my weapon then to the bow and arrow.
Yep, so you sheath up
get-
and move it out. That takes your action for that turn, and you move up.
Yeah,
Sounds
move
good.
up. So wherever is the door, like right here? I always forget.
It's about
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry. The shadow's a little weird on this one,
Yeah.
but yes, it is right
Okay,
there.
cool. And Balmiar's right next to me.
Correct. So go ahead and move him up there.
Yep.
Let me,
And my bow is all ready to go.
maybe I
Alright,
can make this a
I'm
little easier to
gonna-
see.
swing the door open.
You're gonna take your action to push on the door.
Oh yeah.
It's locked.
I mean, like full. Oh, sad.
Would you like
boys.
to run through the door?
Yeah.
So you basically take part of your move and you're like, I'm gonna push through the door. It's locked. You want to bash through the door?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you make an athletics check for me, please?
Can I help him? Or no?
It is not your turn.
Gotcha.
If you on your previous turn, if you've been like, I'm gonna help him bash through the door, and
Gotcha,
you use
gotcha.
your action to do that, you could.
Okay, cool. No worries.
11.
Darien, you see him like push on the door. It doesn't work, and he slams his shoulder in the door, and it just doesn't budge. It just rattles really hard. Yeah. And actually, who has the higher wisdom score? I think it's Miara. Miara, can you make a perception check for me?
Yes, no worries. Oh,
We can't all be blessed with Ignas's rolls.
You hear a yelp of surprise from behind the door, but that's about it.
I'm gonna turn. Can I turn and check that goblin?
You've just used your action to hit the door, so you have some movement left and a bonus action if you'd like to take it. You're currently still on turn order.
Got it. Yeah, can I use a bonus action to check the gabo?
An inspection would take a full action.
Oh, never mind. Okay, I won't do that. I'll just stand here.
But though, to be fair, I think at this point it's fair if we're off turn order, but that means you guys would have to re-roll your initiatives in the next encounter.
I mean, I'm okay with
that. Yeah, I know you are.
Just be aware, whatever heard you bang into that door is also moving off initiative order.
I see.
So they will be doing stuff too.
I see. Can I turn to Miera and, as a bonus action, be like, "Yo, check that guy"?
Yeah, no, talking's free action.
Oh, nice.
If you're trying to convince her to do something, it's different. But if it's just talking, then you're fine.
Miera, do you think he has a key?
More than likely. I'll take a look.
Okay. So Miara, you run over there and make an investigation check.
Yeah. Let's see. Hey.
You don't find a key. You find that he has a bow, some arrows, a scimitar on him. It's kind of rusted a little bit, and he has about 4 gold pieces.
I'll take the 4 gold pieces.
Sure.
At the most. Let me add that. It's under GP, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. No key, Darien.
As a side note, and I want to do this for everyone here. I always forget to do this. Ignas, Darien, and Miara, if you don't already have your inspiration marked, go ahead and mark it.
What?
I don't think any of us have used that since like the first few episodes.
Nope.
I don't even know.
But this has been one of the better character building episodes we've had in quite a while, and I think it's well worth the reward here.
Joel,
so go ahead and charge that inspiration.
You could just say it's this.
It was. I mean, it was.
You could just say it's this, man.
You might have bought me, all right? You might have bought my affection.
Gaze into the magic underwear,
which is normal.
And no truth,
bits, guys.
Yeah. So I'm
so
gonna
that's what
stand by the door, and is your turn over, Miara?
I guess so, yeah, because I already took my action to investigate.
Buff Darien's gonna try it again.
If you guys are you guys still on turn order here? Or do you want to be off? If you're off turn order, then Miara can help you try to bash the door open.
No, I'm cool.
If you're on turn order,
I'd like to stay in turn order. Stay ready.
Okay, go for it.
I'm gonna bash this sucker.
I'll stay slow. Holy.
Sorry, I didn't have it pulled up. Oh yeah. So Darien's like, okay, I'm gonna get this, and he lowers his shoulder down and slams through the door. It bursts wide open.
Knocks the
and
guy
you are
behind
able
it in
to
the face.
able to walk into the room there, as needed. I'm gonna just leave the door there. I just moved the lighting. Hang on. I actually think I need to move the lighting over here.
Yeah, I remember this map.
Yep. I remember exactly what happened the last time we went through here too.
Oh no, what happened to my door? Hang on a second.
Oh
Darien.
boy.
No problem.
So that's gonna be a warning for Darien.
Oh, everything's borked. Oh my god.
Bork!
Bork.
Bork.
There we go.
Bork.
That needs to go away. There we go. Yeah. All right. So yeah, so you're able to get through this door now.
So I guess I'll look around the room and
There's the
You
other
notice
door.
that it's currently empty.
it's clear, but
They're probably in the other room.
I have
remember?
yeah. That's what I was I was gonna say it. So I'm gonna go up to this door and
We're still in turn order,
So
right?
so you just used your action, so you're just prepped at
Yeah.
the door there, right?
yeah, just
Okay.
prepped the dare.
Yeah. Okay. Miara, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna go up to where Darien is.
DieFall coloring book. I'll do it. Don't stop me.
I can't really do much with the door right now because Darien's in the way.
You could. I mean, you can move through him as long as your turn doesn't end up with you there. You're fine.
Oh yeah, move through me, baby.
One more
Like that already.
time.
All right.
Um,
Yeah. I'll check to see if the door is open at all.
Yeah. This door, it pushes open gently.
Get ready for my sweetness.
Yeah. Do you push it all the way open, or do you just leave it cracked?
I'm gonna leave it cracked, and I'm gonna back up behind Darien. Again.
Okay, so you leave it cracked. You open it a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell Darien in a whisper. It's cracked. We could probably get the jump a little bit.
Well, if I'm being honest, I did just kind of bash a door in. We might not get the jump we think we're gonna get.
You might hit somebody.
I like that.
So, Darien, would you like to move through the door?
I'm gonna swing that door as hard as I can.
You slam that bad boy wide open, and it opens up, and what you see inside currently,
boys.
as you step out, 4 arrows come flying at you.
Yeah, this is deja vu.
Yeah, this looks really
see if they
similar
actually
because you
put
guys keep
armor
walking
class.
in and out of this room for some reason.
Swear that this exact same scenario.
Except we're one
Nope.
short.
Nope.
No way. What a beast!
Wait, sorry.
Oh,
can I
flavor
can I do?
flavor it?
Can
Flavor
I?
Do it.
What's his face from Lord of the Rings, where
Holy
they
shit.
actually threw a knife at him and he deflected it in real life?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He
Can I
makes
just,
a
like-
out of the arrows like Hercules on his shield.
Yeah.
What? Wait, deflected in
Darien.
real life?
Oh yeah, so
Yeah,
they threw an
Aragorn.
actual, instead of a prop dagger, they threw an actual dagger, and the knife thrower aimed it way too close to him by accident, and that was actually, is it Viggo Mortensen?
Yep.
Who did
Whoever
that?
plays Aragorn, yeah.
Actually, instinctively deflected it, and like that would have fucked him up, but it's like one of the most badass movie
That's it.
moments.
Oh, it's God. He had a bunch in that movie too.
Yeah.
Like,
And
oh,
he
he
broke his toe
kicking
kicking the
he broke
helmet.
his toe
Yeah.
kicking
Wait,
the helmet.
I know
Was it
about the
which
helmet
was
one.
this?
The dagger one, was that the first movie or the second?
Whenever
I
he's in the
don't know.
woods and somebody throws a knife at him and he just like,
It
First
sounds like
one.
the second one.
First one.
yeah,
Oh,
that's
is it the
that's
first
Oh,
one?
the first one.
Yeah,
when the
because in the
orcs
first
get him
one,
in the
they
woods.
they
Yep.
end in the woods.
yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Anyway.
back on topic. Sorry, guys.
Sorry, I watch a lot
Great
of
movie.
those like top 10 like crazy.
So
behind-the-scenes
4
stories.
arrows come flying at you as you slam open through the door, and somehow by maybe Aelis's protection, you're able to find every arrow and deflect it away from you and down and off to the walls and the floor. In an incredible display, for sure. So this is basically, they got a nice little surprise jump on you there as they're wont to do when they have some warning that you're coming.
God damn it. They all move faster than me.
They yeah, so technically, like, you moved on that turn, but now we're turn ordered again.
Okay.
So
I can't just stride up to this guy.
you still have movement. So you've moved, I think, 5 feet. You still have
Did I
all
use
25 of
I
your
didn't use
feet.
an action though, did I?
No, actually, no, you didn't. You didn't do it because you just moved through the door. It was unlocked.
I'm gonna
You're good to go, bud.
stride right
Go
up to
after
this
him.
Fucking
Hell yeah.
And I just like
Swing.
saunter. I don't even like run. I just like
After all of that, like he's sitting there shaking,
Ah.
readying his bow, and you swing out. He's able to push, like, throw his bow up in time, but it snaps straight through it, and you cut through the string in the bow and the arrow. He had attempted to get knocked in there, but you aren't able to find a hit on him, and he kind of scrambles a little bit and tries to draw his sword in front of you. as the other goblins around you are knocking arrows. So Goblin over here is now his turn, and he is
Party's
going
in here,
to-
Miera.
He's gonna go this way here, and he's gonna take another shot at you with his short bow here, and see if he can't score a hit.
Ah,
Yeah,
you son
he
of a
he
bitch.
kind of he runs off to the side, and he pulls, and he gets a good aim while you're trying to swing down onto this goblin, and he gets a great shot right into your side and deals you 10 piercing damage. So while you swing down, breaking the goblin's bow in front of you, an arrow bites deep within your ribs, finding its way through the chain metal. Yep, so that's his. But okay, so I guess we're back in turn order, so that's weird. But so Darien, I guess it's you again, bud, which is awkward. This is why turn order's weird, but
I like it.
yeah, I probably just fucked this up somehow. It's fine.
Wee.
It's fine. We're good. We're good.
Okay, so you're gonna attack him again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so he's able to like get his sword out, but he's unable to like get his shield off of his shoulder there, and you can find some purchase against him.
That's a lot of purchase.
Wow. Oh, that's two-handed, right? And the other one's one-handed.
Oh, he is
Oh, that was
dead.
two-handed. Hang on.
No, I thought the second one was 2. Am I?
Yeah, the second one's two. Holy moly. Yeah. So as he tries to get his sword out,
Oh wait,
just
so they're. I just noticed that they're separate rolls. I thought it was one roll and then you just add on for two-handed.
no, it's separate things.
That's so
Sorry.
weird.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's not. I like it.
I like it.
As
I like
again, as Darien's fury apparently knows no end today, he fights through the pain of the arrow eating into his side. And as he slammed through the bow before it, he slams down through the rusted sword of this goblin and finds purchase into its neck, and it collapses over, blood spurting out all over onto the stone floor, dead.
How much of an action would it be to switch out the torch for a shield? Full action?
You could toss the torch away right now, and then I would say that it would be part of your movement to ready the shield, because it's on your back. It would take part of your movement. I would definitely say that.
Okay, so I could toss the torch.
Yeah, you could free toss the torch right now. Bonus action, toss the torch.
Throw it at him.
Cool. Tossing it.
Tossing it. Yeah, I can't allow you to like do damage with it or anything.
I
But you
wish
can
I
like
could throw
toss
it
it
at
somewhere.
him.
That'd be great.
Sure, throw it at him.
Yeah.
Which one do you want to throw it at?
Throw it at. Wait, which one shot me?
The one just south of you here.
Yes, throw it at him.
All right, you throw it at him. It misses, but you threw a torch at him.
Yeah, that's all that counts.
Yeah.
And I like to take out my shield.
Yeah, so I think that, because you have all of your movement right now, I'm going to say it takes half your movement to ready your shield.
Okay,
So you still have 15 feet of move.
I still have 15.
Mm-hmm.
No, because I moved. Oh, no. I was here at the beginning of my turn. Ooh.
Oh my god, is Darien rampaging?
Maybe
This
a
is
little.
Archer's rampage!
Boy, I sure as hell
Rampage.
wish I had rage if I was a barbarian.
You might
Barbarian.
not need it today.
The barbarian.
Now,
Anyway.
I mean, Darien hasn't even lit his sword on fire yet, man. We haven't even gotten started.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, not yet.
I haven't even
All right.
gotten into the fray
So
yet.
Darien,
at
is
this
that
point,
is
so-
that your
That's
your
my
turn?
turn.
You still have a bonus action available. I'm not going to say the torch costs you a bonus action. You just
I-
fucking tossed it.
Doth not think I can do anything with my
I believe you. Is it lay on hands bonus?
Is it? I was just looking. I was
You tell
about to
me.
look. Is it? Dude.
I know I don't have any, so I'm upset.
Checking. As an action.
Okay. Yep, you're right. I was hoping for you, but you're right. Okay. I think later you might actually get that, but okay, cool. So that's your turn, I believe. Okay, goblin turn here. Who is this? Okay, it's the one right in front of you. He has tossed his bow to the side and is challenging you. He feels like he can probably take you after that shot. He screams something at you in Goblin and attempts to strike at you. He thinks that he can get some glory for this. You easily bat the sword out of a way with your newly equipped shield. It rings out like music as it strikes it.
That's a catchy tune.
You feel for some reason as the sword hits your shield, you feel extra protection, but you're not necessarily sure what it is yet. But yeah, so the shield sings out, and the goblin is unable to find purchase on you. The next goblin, he's gonna start making his way this way, but he's gonna take a shot at you with the bow for sure as he runs across.
No.
A 9. So as you put up your shield to block the sword, the arrow strikes at the same location because apparently they can't coordinate attacks very well. And the arrow clatters down to the floor. Okay, that's a goblin. Miera, it's finally your turn. What would you like to do?
She comes in the room and everybody's dead.
Question, really quick, because I don't think I ever heard of the explanation for this. How do inspiration points work, and what is it?
Oh, that's right, because we haven't used them, I think, in season 2 here yet. So inspiration is something that a DM can award his players or her players for doing. Basically, it's to reward in-character moments or playing something as your character would, despite whatever the outside forces may be, right? Like any of your like general metagaming and things like that, or to reward like with Darien having his breakdown moment. That's huge for him, and that's something that like it's been building up to, and it's definitely worth for Darien to have a moment of inspiration. How inspiration works is that you say before a roll, any roll, that you want to use your inspiration, and it gives you automatic advantage on it. It can also cancel out disadvantage on it, but you have to say you're going to utilize the advantage or utilize your inspiration before the roll happens.
Before the roll, okay.
Yep.
And
there's a different mechanic in the game. It's called Bardic Inspiration, and it functions differently. So don't get them confused. This is like in-game inspiration on your character sheet.
So do we all share that 1 point, or is it different?
You each have one? Thank you for the reminder. You each have that point on your character sheet. You all have one, but the pool itself is shared between you. Gotcha. Let's say Ignis goes down. He's dying. He does not have inspiration, but Darien does. Darien can give him inspiration on a death save, or an inspiration on attack, or an inspiration on something. You can give an inspiration to someone if you choose to.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. Fine. Cool. I just wanted to clarify that before. I just wanted to make sure.
Oh, for sure. It's actually super important, and I totally forgot that you weren't here for that explanation forever and a day ago.
Yeah. So I'm gonna rush in.
Get in there, girl.
Yeah.
Show me what you got.
Now I can actually see here. So this is just the first step of movement, so I can actually see where people are. I'm gonna see that Darien's got this covered over here.
Okay.
However, I want to try to ease up some tension here, and I'm gonna stand, I think, right here, and I'm gonna take a shot at this bad boy over here.
On the right there? Yeah, go for it. You notice as you draw your bow, he's looking nervous, and he's looking like he's gonna bolt.
Yeah, that's exactly what I figured.
Yeah. So you draw your bow and fire. 22 definitely hits.
Ooh.
4 damage. So you waltz in, and you after Darien's rampage, draw your bow, shoot at the one that you think might bolt, and you deal it a solid 4 damage there. So good on you. Why can't I? Good job. So he's in pain now, and he's kind of doubled over. His bow kind of like fallen down to his side, and his arrow's not currently knocked. It looks like he's trying to pull the arrow out, and he's looking around nervously, even more so than before. So this could get interesting here in a second. Is there anything else that you'd like to do?
Obviously has to have Balmiar in with me.
Yeah, go ahead and get him in there.
And actually, I'm gonna set Balmiar up to be like here-ish. Yeah, I'm gonna get him right over here, so he's like ready to cover this dude if he
decides to bolt, he can run him down.
Yep.
Gotcha. Understood. Okay. Good job, Miera. Goblin who you just shot's turn. He's looking around, and he yells something over to the goblin that's furthest south here, and the other goblin yells something back at him, and he just turns around and starts running. So he can take engage or hide, but it doesn't need to disengage. He has 30 feet movement. He I think he dashes down the hallway here. Again, this is one of those moments where it's like not pictured, but he's gonna be 30 or so feet down the hallway. So that's what this is 5 here, and then another 25 down the way. You know what? I should actually make these hallways exist because you guys keep freaking coming back here. All right, man. There's an entire other portion of the stronghold. This is like the tiniest portion of it, and there's huge, enormous rooms, places. You keep walking back through this one. It's unreal, unreal.
It's not about the destination, Joel. It's about the journey.
He disappears down the hallway there, and I don't believe you're able to see him line of sight anymore, Miera. I think. Yeah, he's a little bit too far away for you to see at the moment. So he just disappeared down the hallway. You don't know where he's gone.
But I saw he went down the hallway, so.
Next goblin in the turn order is actually dead, so he's off. So Darien, it is now back around to you, bud. What would you like to do?
Fuck him up.
XP grinding the same area. I just read that. Oh my god.
You got me.
Oh, Jesus.
You caught me.
I love it.
You know what? No, because I sent the kill squad after you. And wow, and Ignas just talked his way out of it. So there you go. Yeah, no, that totally hits. So this one that had shot you previously, Darien snarling angrily, plunges his sword down through its throat, and it gurgles and then falls over to the side, blood everywhere. Definitely dead.
And I just take a quick look around the room, and I
move on to the next, eh?
Just you know.
Yeah, you walk on over. This goblin here is just like shaking with his bow and his arrow here, and he's yelling in goblin, kind of like looking at you as you walk over, and then like yelling towards where he thinks his friend still is, that had already just turned around and ran the fuck away. So there's that. So I guess next goblin on the list I think is the one you just killed. It is. The goblin after that is the one that you're standing in front of. Luckily for goblins, as scared as this one is, they can take the disengage action, or disengage as an ability called Nimble Escape. So they can take it as a bonus action. So he's just going to disengage from you, and he's going to fucking run. He's 5 feet, 10 feet, 15, 20... 25-ish. So let's see if he actually did the right pathing. So it's 20 there, plus another 10. So that's 30 feet. And then God damn it. I think he takes another 30 after that. And he runs down the hallway.
Did Darien ever get a javelin?
Darien was handed javelins, I think, but I don't think he has any on him.
If they didn't come, I did check at one point. I don't know that I ever started the game with one. I think I opted in for a sickle instead of a javelin.
You did.
Yeah. Because I have this sickle.
Ignis had javelins, and I don't know if
I give you javelins.
No, you had the option to, but you never actually gave it to. Again, it's one of those things that's sitting in the bag of holding.
I couldn't remember. I knew they were in the bag of holding. I couldn't remember if I gave them to him to hold on to, or if he was going to give them.
I honestly, last time I was thinking I should give Darien some javelins just so that he has something ranged.
Yeah.
And then we just never did.
Because I could take the farther one, but I can't get both of them.
I don't need ranged.
I love it. Flex it out, bud. All right, so that goblin has disappeared down the hallway. Miara, it is now your turn. What would you like to do?
About how far do you think that you said he ran, like 35 feet or something like that?
Again, they've left your sight from where you're at right now.
All
if you want to go take a look, you can go peek around the corner. You got some movement to go look.
Yeah, like Balmiar. Let's see. Let me just measure out Balmiar's movement so that I can.
So you get to that first part that you're at there,
Yeah.
And an arrow comes flying out from the darkness. You see, like, as you get there, because you have 60 feet of dark vision, it looks like the first one didn't run that far, and he had turned around and was ready to fire an arrow back at you. So it looks like, yep, I think that hits.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, so he deals you 3 piercing damage as you go around the corner there. But you see him as you round that corner. Now you have an arrow up in your shoulder. You see him there, kind of having taken a knee and aimed his shot, waiting for you there in the darkness to try to chase them.
Bastard. Just out of impulse and not even like thinking about it, just to get back at him. First off, I'm gonna move Balmiar because I think I could get him down here at least. Yeah, get him down here at least. I'm gonna take my bow shot at the guy that just shot me.
Yeah, go for it.
Ooh!
Oh yeah. Okay. You're a little mad. So you line up that shot as you're running after him. And the arrow, because he's kneeling, right? It just it enters through his forehead and exits out the other side, and you just kind of whipped off this beautiful shot. And he is way dead, for sure. You see now, as you had rounded the corner, because the first one is actually next to, basically just running by him. So the first guy that you just killed was covering the escape for the next guy. And so the other one sees this happen, and he is he's gotta go. He's gonna go.
Now, which do you? I mean, I guess we probably don't know which one was which, right? Like, which one was the one that initially
no, because one
down?
already has an arrow in him, and that's the one that you just shot.
Okay.
The other one is just running. So I don't know if that helps you at all, but
that does actually a little bit.
He's 35-ish feet away from you right now.
Balmiar, I think, still has, let's see, I went from here to here, so that's 10 feet. I'm going to have him move another 40 feet forward.
Okay.
Which is off.
And kind of block the path? Is that the plan? Yeah, for sure. So Balmiar moves up. I'll just leave him on there for you. And he's now, basically, he bounds forward at your command, and whips around the goblin that's running away, and the goblin kind of has to pull up short in front of Balmiar as Balmiar growls low at him and blocks his way. Cool. Yeah, I believe that's your turn.
Yep, that's my turn.
Darien, what would you like to do, bud? This goblin just weaseled its way out of your grasp and sprinted away. Again, you have goblins running away from you.
He's not
It is
Roy.
unreal. They're not very brave.
Just imbues his sword with magic and chucks it to impale it like a jack.
We can only hope.
There we go.
We can only hope.
Be great. That's a great visual.
So how far are they?
From Miera right now, there's one remaining that is about 30 feet away. So he is 40 feet from you.
Catch him.
Yeah, Balmiar is growling low and is got this guy in front of him.
40.
He's blocking his way. So.
Oh, is he?
Well,
yeah.
Balmiar's
good. Currently blocking his way.
He's surrounded.
Cool. I was gonna do the same thing, but in that case, I am gonna look down at my wound from earlier that found way too much purchase for my liking.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go ahead and
you're gonna dump some healing love into it.
Let me just remind myself how this works.
You should have a pool of an amount.
Yep.
And then just subtract and
total number of hit points equal to your. Oh, okay. So it's 1 per pool. Got it.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and boop 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 boop.
Crank yourself up a little bit.
Yeah, we'll do 5.
Nice. Yeah, looks good.
Right, cool.
So I believe that is your turn. It is now the goblin's turn.
The Gorblin.
What you got? What you got?
Goblins can take disengage as a bonus action. So even though Balmiar is literally standing in front of him, the goblin is going to be nimble enough to get around him and continue sprinting down the hallway.
That's fine.
So he gets another 60 feet away from you. So he is now a total of 90 feet away from Miera. And he is 60 feet away from Balmiar. The hallway itself, he's 60 feet from there, 30 feet from you. He is basically entering the light at the end of the hallway. That last 60 feet basically puts him
can't
in
still
the
take a
hall
long
in the
walk.
end of the hallway over to wherever else the thing is. Whatever else is past. You guys haven't been there.
Yep. So he just disengaged and left.
Yeah. Oh, he dipped out. All of his
Cool.
friends are dead. He's gone.
So okay, cool. So he's
Goblins are
Hardly
fast and
goblins.
slippery.
so
They're
his
just
turn
not
is over
brave
now.
and not strong. Oh, his turn's over. Yeah, he double dashed
Yeah.
out. He is 10
Okay.
feet from freedom for him.
Yep.
That's what he's thinking right now.
So I'm going to run as far as I can, close to him. So that's 35 feet of movement.
Yep.
Uh,
So he is now 55 feet away from you, just inside your dark vision, being silhouetted against the light of the lanterns and the flames from the room beyond.
ooh, buddy, I got 150 feet range on this thing.
It is a longbow. It can
it's a
shoot for
longbow.
days. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
longbows are ridiculous.
I'm taking a shot.
I mean,
All
I
right.
could make that shot on my crossbow.
No, let's take the
Take the
take
shot.
the shot.
Take the shot.
A 19 hits,
7
7
piercing.
damage. How do you want to do this?
As he's running, I want it to be like almost Game of Thrones style, like he's freaking out, and it's like goes right through him, out his eye, and the eyeball's just sticking on the point of the arrow, just right at the end as he falls over.
All right. Miera, not a ranger to let her quarry get away, sprints forward and again whips off a beautiful longbow shot. It soars through the air, slams into the back of the goblin's head, comes out, eye pierced just like a shish kebab, and the goblin, from the force of the arrow, flies forward 5 feet and slides onto the ground. Way dead. But I'm gonna... Okay. He's dead.
Uh-oh. I hear that butt, though.
Okay. Can you make a perception check for me, please?
Yeah.
Those never go wrong.
Oh, nice. You whip off that shot and you're like, oh, you're feeling good. You're in the zone right now. And
Yeah.
oh my god. Silly little goblins. Oh my
It's
god.
a very angry Darien, who, in retrospect, looks like he's covering his junk, but it's unintended.
I love it.
And it says not pictured Miera's badass kill.
Yeah. But you listening carefully, you hear the chattering and yelling of goblin speech from where you're at, and you see silhouetted now 2 goblins approaching the entrance here. It looks like they had been posted up there beforehand or something like that, and they've noticed the corpse. I think you are what? So you were 55 feet away from him. He slid 50 feet forward. So they're 10 feet away from that. Yeah, okay. So you see this happen silhouetted against the light from behind.
Are we out of turn order?
As of right now, I would say yes, you are. So this is what what do you want to do? It looks like right now they don't see you.
Okay. Then if I see their visual, I kind of... How far away am I from Darien?
Let's see. You ran 35 feet up from where you were previously, so
Yeah.
45 feet away.
45 feet away?
Hmm. Just for you guys at home, this map is now irrelevant. We are way off map now.
Yeah, we're way off.
We are way off map now.
You need to expand the map. This is going to be the map for the rest of the campaign.
God damn it.
We're gonna be getting back here every now and again. Just
Yeah, we gotta grind.
We gotta gotta grind for some levels, brothers.
We're doing it live,
Darien
boys.
will get his,
Joel's nightmare.
Darien will get
I'm
his
gonna
night vision
run back.
goggles.
As I'm running back, Balmiar is following behind me, and I'm gonna tell Darien to get into a corner, get behind a wall. We're gonna see if we can get the drop if anybody comes near.
Oh, see if anyone like comes and walks down this
Yeah,
way.
to check to see what happened. Because if one is dead, because they're
Oh,
Assumingly,
sure,
yes,
sure.
they're probably gonna
Okay.
want to check it out. So essentially, I'm
Darian,
gonna take post here with
do you want to
Balnor.
listen to that? Yeah, go ahead and move your tokens on the screen there if you
Yeah,
guys want
I
to be in
will
that room.
absolutely listen to that.
Yep.
Okay.
See if we
I'll
get
nod
the
and-
when they come
Yeah, okay, cool. Hang on, I'm looking at stuff because apparently I need to make a hallway map on the fly here now. It's funny.
here.
I'm sorry.
No,
You're
it's
supposed
totally
to be
okay.
prepared for this stuff.
Shut up. Make me feel bad about this.
No, you're great. I love you.
So I think
So very
I'm
smart
going to
and
need
handsome.
stealth checks from you guys, please.
We.
That's fine.
Darian, it's sadly a disadvantage for you because of your armor. But you can definitely try, right? So, let me see.
A 3 and a 22. How does that
Whoa!
average out?
Whoa,
You know,
okay.
0.5.
I was gonna
There's
get
a-
real mad, but I just want to say that was a 20 until I rolled a second.
Until you rolled a disadvantage.
Happy 20th episode!
Happy 20th episode,
Still
everybody.
counts.
I can't even believe. I can't
It's
even.
amazing. This is amazing.
It's the worst. Okay,
This is
so
the best game ever.
so you've made your stealth checks there. Cool. So you're kind of just gonna hang out and see if anyone comes and follows you, essentially.
Yeah, someone comes by.
Sure. So can I get a perception check as well? Because you guys are looking down. I'm gonna say Miara because she has dark vision here. She's probably glancing around the edge to try to like see what's coming up,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
she's stealth pretty well. So I'm gonna say Miara, can you get me a stealth check, please?
Another
Or not
stealth check?
excuse me,
Oh, it's so hot.
perception. Yeah, so what you notice is as a little bit of time goes by, you kind of hear some chattering and some concern, and it looks like two goblins are approaching down the hallway from you, and they've gotten to the second goblin corpse, the one that you had previously felled. That was about, I think it's about 40 feet from your current position.
Right.
So there's that, and they're currently inspecting it. And one goblin is gesturing to the other, and he's basically making hand motions to. He's just like doing this, right? Like he's saying that, and he's like saying stuff in Goblin, and then he kind of like readies himself. He steels himself with his sword and his shield, and he continues forward to check it out.
Okay, so
what
it
would you
sounds
guys
like they're
like to
coming
do?
towards us. Or it
Yeah,
looks like they're
you can
towards us?
see him.
Okay, cool.
Also, you see him at the corpses,
Okay.
right?
So they're
At
coming
that
back
first
towards
corpse
us.
that's 40 feet away from you right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're right there, and he's like motioned the other one to walk away, and the other one's like trotting away, back down the hallway. But he's kind of like steeled himself, and he started walking towards you guys.
Okay. At this moment, I'm going to switch to my sword and sickle.
Okay.
And prep for close range combat.
Okay.
And I'm going back, and I'm going to signal to Darien in as best as I can in silence to make sure that his sword and shield are ready.
I think Darian's still got his sword and shield out, so
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
he's okay.
To make
But
sure that he's ready
yeah,
if
for
they're
sure.
Coming, let him know.
Yeah, that makes sense. So let me go back to you guys here. And so the goblin is slowly approaching you. And he's about, this far away now, and now he's about this far. And about at this point in time, he notices Darien. Because before, line of sight wise, he couldn't see Darien, and Darien just wasn't being super quiet, but he was more concerned with other stuff. He sees Darien right now. What would you like to do? Miara, essentially, you've got the drop on him here.
Does he notice? Like, do I notice that he notices Darien?
Yeah, he squeals out in surprise, and he's going to start charging at Darien to attack him.
I'm going to go out with a surprise attack with my sword and sickle.
Sure. So basically, your first attack here will get advantage.
Okay.
Because you're not a rogue, so it's not like you get sneak attack here. But
Right.
your first strike out against this guy is going to have advantage.
Right. Okay. So I'm gonna go out with the sword.
Go for it. Yeah, 23 definitely hits.
Okay, cool. For 6.
Yeah, so it bites deep into him, and you see that it like a large gash opens up his belly, but he seems to still be mobile and conscious here.
Cool. And can I do a follow-up still? Because I'm dual wielding.
Yeah, you have a surprise action on this guy.
Okay, cool. So let's go again with the sickle. How's that? 13. Oh wait, no, that would be a 6 because I didn't mean to. Was I able to roll that advantage still? Because I still was on advantage.
No, because the surprise is gone after the first attack.
Yeah, so that was a 6.
So it's a 6. So no, the other one glances off his shield, and you're unable to do damage. But now he's like yelling out in Goblin, and he looks over at Darien, he looks over at you, and he's yelling backwards. Hopeful you don't really know what he's saying. Your Goblin speaker isn't here, but he's yelling something in Goblin. Yeah, what would you? I think that's where we would start rolling initiative again. So let me go ahead and clear the initiative order again. And let's go ahead and roll for these 1 or 2 guys here and see what happens. Okay. I got a 10 and a 6 in Darien. Can I get you?
Yeah, I had the wrong thing open.
No worries, bud.
Was looking at my
nice initiative.
Just dreaming of level 4, seeing what I could do.
Oh, dude, I'm so glad you guys are getting
just
close.
Dreaming about it.
And
yeah,
again,
I'm dreaming of level 4
you're
too.
farming so much experience right now. It's so stupid.
Please survive.
We still have to do a long
I got
rest.
level 4 dream
From like a while ago. We have to do a long rest and actually get experience from
I know you still like there's just a bunch of banked up experience.
We're
hanging
just
out.
gonna we're just gonna like hit
We're
level
like
5.
this close to level 5 too now after the
Yeah.
I have level 5 dreams. I'm gonna give you your like night vision goggles.
Oh yeah.
Yay!
Awesome.
I got cool glasses.
It's gonna be very Splinter Cell.
Your
Green
robo
glow.
visor all game.
Oh yeah, no, even better. There's another sheet of cardboard in the labo that basically has shutter shades.
Oh,
That's
God.
amazing.
Okay,
I don't
wait,
know
what do
why
you-
they're there, but they're there.
What do you think about this? Geordi's visor from Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Is that the one that goes around? Is that LeVar
Is
Burton's
that like
thing?
a Cyclops?
That's
Yeah.
LeVar Burton's
I'm in
visor,
it.
or-
I'm in it.
Let's do it.
I love it.
All right.
All right, yeah.
So Darien,
Yeah.
you get to go.
It's me again.
Kill him.
Hello.
Just
Do the
right
thing.
there. Just kill him.
You get to do the thing, and he is right there.
And then I can go for the other guy.
Boop. A goof.
Yeah, no, it doesn't seem to find purchase. He's panicking a little bit, but he's able to get his shield in the way of your sword swing, and it's unable to find any purchase there, sadly. But I believe Miera is already next, so hey, get it done.
How far was the other one?
You can't see him anymore.
I can't
He's
see
outside
him
of your dark vision range.
Gotcha. Yeah, okay. Let's see. I'm just curious really quick.
For those folks at home that are curious, there's now a hallway map. So
20
hey, there we
feet.
go.
Let's
We got it
get
done.
there.
Claps in chat. Happy 20th
I forget, do diagonals
episode.
count? In just regular?
Yes, diagonals are fine.
Okay, so 1,
That's how you were able to attack him originally. Is basically
5,
around that corner.
10, 15. We're doing this. We're doing this
Are
here
you
now.
wanted to do this for so long, and it takes so long to get done.
I
Do
have
it.
to prep it. It's really
Do
hard
it.
to do, but it
I love
works.
it, man. I love it
It's
because if
so
it works,
fun.
it does so much. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're pouncing this motherfucker right here.
Do it. I love it. All right.
That is a regular claw attack, I believe.
correct. So
right?
you have to roll to hit, right?
Yep. Unfortunately, it's a 10.
Unfortunately, not. This little goblin is just slinging his shield around all over the
Would've been
place,
so
blocking
good
everything.
If I left
while
him prone.
while his intestines are falling out onto the floor, but he is still alive.
All right, then as that happens, and I see him like miss, I'm gonna like scooch over here behind him, while not leaving
You don't leave his combat range. Yeah,
I
you're
don't
fine.
use combat range, so.
Sure. Yeah, that works.
Hey.
Yeah, awesome.
That's all I can do for my turn.
Kimma, did I do that on the fly? Yes. The battle maps on the fly, they happen a lot here. So anyways, yeah, so that's, yeah, now this goblin is hurt and not okay, surrounded, and he's going to disengage and take off. He's going to go double speed.
I'm so mad I didn't get to leave him prone. I'm so mad. That would have been great.
That's 5 feet there, and then he's gonna go because I can actually physically count this out.
Are they able to disengage from all targets or just one?
Disengage is from all targets.
Combat, yeah.
Yeah. So he's able to go that far there. All right, hang on a second. Now I gotta go get him. I should have just copied and pasted, and that was my bad. I totally forgot. I was like, oh yeah, I'll just move him. Nope, it's in a different world. Hang on. All right, let me just grab him.
I got to leave him prone. I could have darted out away because he wouldn't have been able to strike out me.
And the way that we're going to do this is that the end of this hallway here is where Miera is and where Darien is. So he is going...
You did good, Miera.
Yeah, so he's there. And are you ready for this, ladies and gentlemen?
Oh, no.
We're doing it live, boys.
Oh boy, here we go. Here we go.
You know what? Don't even worry about this other goblin that's going to show up on the screen. It's not important. Not important because he doesn't belong there.
It's a man.
Hey, I can see.
I can't see shit because I'm blind.
Oh yeah, you are blind.
I can't see
You
shit because
are
I'm
blind.
not
get
there.
dark vision goggles. That's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, I know. You've just been so screwed by that. I'm sorry.
It doesn't help that our first adventure with the
Yeah, it doesn't help that our first adventure is in a fucking cave, Joel.
Whoa, I'm sorry. If the dwarf had lived, he would have had dark vision.
Yeah, well, it wasn't exactly in my control, was it?
Not really, actually.
I was tied up and I was saying nothing.
How long have we been doing? How many episodes have we been doing? And Rob is still salty about.
I would be too. Don't worry.
I
What
am
happened to
mad.
Murray?
Okay, can I get on my
order's gone.
fucking soapbox for a second? I'm mad because I literally did nothing to deserve this. It was not my fault. It was Justin's fault. God damn it! Fuck this game. Anyway, I'm good. I'm good. We're good.
Yeah.
I love you.
Dude, no, I mean, I don't want to say that you're wrong because you're not.
I love you.
Because you're not.
Do you know how much I miss McSwiggins? He was an absolute monster. But there's always opportunities for other things, right?
Yeah,
my turn order here just died. What the hell?
You should have.
All right, we're gonna.
You
Well,
know,
I have the turn order available to me, so just
Rob,
listen,
you should have just
right?
rolled up McSwiggin's slightly less chaotic Irish brother.
It could have worked.
Slightly
McChuggins.
less.
McChuggins is his.
McChuggins? Jesus.
But he only drinks Diet Coke for some reason.
Yeah. He doesn't drink it's just Mountain Dew. It's just Mountain Dew.
Real talk though. Okay, Kimma.
No,
Rob rants are becoming a thing, and I might just start making videos called Rob Rant.
Do it.
Okay.
Like with different subjects, because like that's not the first time I've heard that, and it's not gonna be the last. And I love it.
So good.
It might just be a thing.
All right.
Oh my god.
Let's bring it back in, guys.
All
Let's
right,
bring it back in. We got some
Back
combat
in.
to finish
I'm
up
blind.
Oh.
I'm fucked.
here. Darien can't see shit.
Let's go.
Darien, he is way out of your combat range anyways
one
right
of them,
now.
Kinda.
Yeah, that is the one that just disengaged from you and sprinted away.
That's fine.
That was his turn. Darien, it is now your turn.
Oh boy. What
Our hero would
where
have
am
been
I?
great. Damn it.
Where even am I?
Well, that enters range of combat, so that does work. Try it.
Okay. Can I spend half my movement speed to pop a torch?
No, because that involves you putting your shield down, pulling out the torch, lighting the
half his
torch. That's a
movement
full
speed.
action.
Disaster. No, it's gonna be a full.
That's gonna be a
Uh,
full action. You're more than welcome to just stay in the room behind you and just be like, "It's light in here, man. Miara, you gotta go get this."
Got this. I got this. You had your glory moment in the room.
Yeah, I'll hang back a turn.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, you could be like, "Oh, I hold my action just in case anyone gets into range and I can attack them." or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Unlikely at this point, but you could do it.
Okay.
Actually, for context here, let's do this as well. This is not a new enemy. Don't worry.
Uh-oh. Oh, for the dead body?
Yep. Yeah. This is where you guys killed, or where
The other
Miara
dude.
killed the other one. Just so you know, distance-wise, that's about what you guys were dealing with at the time.
That's the one that had the arrow through the head and eyeball flowing away?
No, that would be down here to the right
Back
where you
that
can't
way?
see, because that's another
Gotcha.
60 feet down there. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yep, Darien. Okay, so he holds his action. Miara, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
And my action.
Let's see. Now, for me to activate Pounce, I have to move at least 20 feet. If I get in the range of combat, I can still do it, right? It'll.
Yeah, because it's technically a claw attack that triggers it.
Oh, wait, but that's
So
5.
I think
and
that's
then-
accurate.
This is as far as I'd be able to get with Balmiar right here.
Then you can't.
Damn it.
Yeah.
I was measuring from here to here because I was like, oh, if I started to put him here, oh well.
Oh, is
well,
that
I'm gonna-
longbow?
Yeah, exactly. I got
Yeah.
a longbow.
Uh,
So
uh,
I'm
well,
gonna
so
move
You have
35
to ready
feet up.
your longbow now,
Oh yeah,
because you have your sword and sickle out.
yeah, that's right.
So
If I'm
if you toss your weapons away
yeah,
and draw your longbow,
yeah.
like half movement, the longbow, it's like saddled up on your shoulder and shit. Yeah, so like it'd be half your movement if you toss your weapons away. If you put your weapons away, it's a full action.
I'm just gonna toss him down because Darien's right there, and
Okay.
so is Balmiar.
Okay.
So half my movement.
Yes.
Half
Round down.
of 35, round up. Okay, so
Round down.
round down. Got it.
All halves are down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be like.
Joel, I
I
clicked
got a
over to
math
your
in my head
stream,
really quick.
Oh yeah.
and I really appreciate that hallway map. It looks pretty good, dude.
That looked really good, right? Yeah, you like that?
I like it.
15. that'd
a
be
pretty
like
good hallway map since we're gonna
Yeah.
be here all fucking
17
day.
I try I try to
17.
just have the chat open in its own window, but I had to go see the hallway.
Dude, no, it's fine. There's nothing going on here except this stupid
Had
goblin
to go
hanging
see
around, and you
the
guys keep
hallway.
running back and forth in this hallway.
Dude, it was so worth whatever effort you put in.
I'm gonna
Just-
because I can't
Choice
move,
hallway.
right?
The choices.
Because this is where I was. Yeah, that's right where I am. Cool. And I'm gonna take the shot at him.
Take the shot.
Take the shot.
17.
Yeah, totally hits.
Golly.
I'm like killing it.
Not
4.
gonna look.
Yeah,
Not gonna-
so Miara, you're
Or-
like, Miara is not gonna again let another freaking goblin run away from her. She tosses
Not
her blades to the
today.
side, unsaddles her bow from her shoulder, draws in one swift motion, releases, and the arrow takes it through the back and hits its spine. And you watch as this goblin dies and falls over. Yeah, there you go. He's a dead boy.
We got one more to deal with still. That's running away.
This right now you're out of combat. That goblin has had 3 turns
Yep.
to run,
And he's
double
out.
speed, somewhere.
The one that I forget if this one, the one that was like it's like closest to me, had a bow and arrow already on him.
Yep.
Yeah, he
This
did.
is the
right?
one that when you walked around the corner shot you,
I'm gonna go
and
up
then
to
you
his
immediately on
body.
your next turn shot him, and he died.
Yeah. I'm gonna go up to him and just take the rest of his arrows.
Yeah, sure. He's got like 15 on him.
All right, I'm gonna take 4 to replenish.
Sure. Yeah, go for it. Go for it. I think right at this point we'd be out of combat. We are also past 10 o'clock. Generally, this stream is about 3 hours long.
Shit.
We've run from 7 to 10 p.m. So what we're gonna do now is address some goals, talk about the game a little bit, and then we're gonna probably call it a stream after we do some shout outs. So right now, as a recap for where everyone is, Darien and Miera are in the meat grinder, essentially, just this hallway. And I don't know how long this is going to last before some heavy artillery is going to be brought in, but we'll see.
They're grinding for XP without me, you jerks.
It's pretty much happening. Ignis is somewhere in the old Stronghold Marketplace turned prison.
Oh, I'm somewhere in Fucksville, population me.
Yep. And so
Same thing.
what we're going to call this right now is that Ignis took, what was it, an hour to get there and an hour to get over there. So it's been about 2 hours. You guys were about 2 hours behind him. So at this point, you are about back to even timescale wise.
Okay.
So it's at this point that Darien and Miera and Ignis, often Fucksville just walking back up the stairs, everyone's back on the same playing field. So that's how we'll bring this all back to together. So let's talk about goals, shall we?
level 6.
But you know what? For this to take effect, they have to sleep sometime.
No, I know.
So if they don't sleep and they die, and here's the deal: if they don't get their long rest and they keep trying to do this, exhaustion's going to start setting in, and this is going to be a world of hurt. Okay,
Get that rest.
let's talk about goals. Ignis, I don't think you did anything on your list of goals today,
Of course not, but
you had a
I'm
great
getting to it.
time. You had a great time.
You had a
great
big day,
time.
little fella.
You had
Oh,
a
lot of
big
great
freaking
boy.
day.
oh boy.
Yeah.
Ignis's big
Oh.
day.
Okay, Miera, get info on your village and brother. Didn't happen.
No.
Want to surprise an enemy prior to combat situation? Did we left that one?
Yeah, I
Or
left
did we
that
switch? You left that one.
one. Yeah.
Hey, you did that again.
Hey.
So that's pretty cool. What did I give you last time for that? Do you remember?
I have no
Because I'd
idea.
really rather not recalculate that
No, I think it was like, I want to say it was like 50.
because it's easy. Yeah. Let me go ahead and remove.
Relatively easy with this group.
Yeah.
Not that easy.
Easy.
I could have
Easy
cheesed him
encounter.
and been like, yeah, you gave me 100, but I was like, I don't even
Total
think
total XP is 50 for easy. Yep. So there you go.
Cool.
You picked up another 50 for doing that. Sounds
Yeah.
good. Explore areas of the map that you haven't been to. You got close. You're in the hallway that leads to and exploring a different area that you haven't
Yeah,
been to
we're
yet.
almost there. That'll hold on to that.
Your buddy Ignis has explored all the areas without you guys.
I could draw you a map.
Yeah, he's just hanging out there, huh?
Thanks, Kimbo.
Darien, protect Ignis. In this case, I don't want to say you failed, but he's gone.
I'm
He's
trying, man. I'm
in the process of
Um,
protecting Ignis active.
Your secret one is coming out, but I don't think you've achieved anything towards that goal.
Nah, I mean, at this point, the secret one
Darien's
is...
secret goal is coming out?
Hey.
Hey.
No, Darien's secret goal is he's currently fucking terrified and thinks he bit off more than he could chew, wants to get above ground ASAP. And I think
Yep.
that's been revealed. It's like, bro, I can't handle this.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah, you had a breakdown in front of me. Yeah.
So no longer secret,
No longer a secret.
but it's still something that we have not made any progress towards getting above
we're
ground.
working on it.
And then you want to successfully arm and lead the prisoners in a
Yeah.
breakout/revolt.
Yeah.
Nothing happened towards that today, but you're working towards the
I'm
right area.
I'm Ramboing my way up there.
We're like
You're-
right there.
Yep, you are 120 feet away. Congratulations,
120
you're
feet
getting
away.
there.
We're doing
That's
it,
pretty good.
guys.
Pretty good. Okay,
go.
cool. So I think that addresses goals for today. Do you guys want to change any of yours? Are you all right for right now? Because we.
I think I know what
We got a
Ignis's
little
goal is gonna
derailed.
be.
Oh yeah. Do you want to change one of his right now?
Oh no.
Oh hell yeah! What I mean, I still want to keep the vault thing because suddenly having tricked the goblins into thinking, oh, there's a vault and we can touch the ruby to
I
get
can't
into
wait
it.
for that to happen.
I'm
It's
so
gonna be
excited.
so
I-
good.
I'll be honest. I really want that to happen. I don't want the Two Skulls clan to run into the rest of the party. I want them to touch the ruby, man. I want to see that.
You know, you keep rolling deception checks like that, we'll talk.
Just go. I'll handle them.
Yeah.
Oh my
do you want to change something to something else right now?
Yeah, I wanted to change the second one, get revenge, since this is a more
Sure.
pressing thing. Get the fuck out of this.
Get out of Dodge.
Or let's say rejoin the
reunite
party
with the party?
safely.
Yeah, reunite with party safely.
And I'm gonna just hang on. Secondary background goal, because I don't want to forget this, even though I probably
I just put a little asterisk next to it. That's how I do how Darien's got a couple of his background ones too, that he's just like, oh yeah, this is still stuff I want to do, but we got to do other stuff first. Cool. I think that that addresses goals. So
would find Ignis be a goal, or is that just like the set goal at hand right now for anyway?
You could make it one.
Cool. I'm gonna change exploring to find Ignis.
Sure. Yeah, that is definitely a thing.
It's a
find
more pressing
Ignis.
manner.
Yeah, find Ignis for sure. And that's definitely like a level of difficulty that I can apply to it. Like it's gonna be X difficulty based on how and when you find Ignis.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting to see. How
And in what state? You didn't
Yeah,
specify.
I
You
don't
didn't
care what
specify.
state at this point. I'm just like, I want to find him.
Find
He's
him.
Pieces
nowhere
of
to
him missing, alive.
Oh
you know,
boy.
That
As a
torture chamber's
goblin,
looking
as a troll,
pretty
as a
right.
puddle of water.
Can we just? I feel like I want to just roll right now to see if I sneak out the last disguise
No,
spell.
game
But
is
if I
Nope.
fail it, then
Nope.
Game
you
is
gotta
over
keep
tonight.
playing.
It's nope.
All right, then we gotta wait till Sunday to find out what happens.
How else am I going to hold the audience here for Sunday?
Oh,
Come on, guys, you gotta do it.
Cliffhanger.
Yeah, man, we got a cliffhanger. All
Will
right.
Ignis be killed by a horde of goblins? Will
All
the
right.
rest of the party find him in pieces? Find out next time on DieFall.
And on that note, Rel,
Yeah,
give me
just
some
find
shout outs, boy. Let me know where we can find
God, you can find my crazy ass at youtube.com/relplays. When I'm not playing the absolutely idiotic and insane and many other adjectives, Ignas Erdrick, I am doing solo Let's Plays, group collab videos, game reviews. I do all sorts of stuff. Also streaming on twitch.tv/relplays. I'm kind of streaming at odd hours now because I'm a teacher and it's summer vacation, so I can. And you can find me on Twitter and get notifications about that at Rel Let's Play.
Awesome.
Wait, what was that laugh about?
Dude, I said lucky. That's
Oh,
awesome.
lucky. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Rob.
concerned that you're molding the minds of
Oh, yeah,
the
of our young
future.
people. Yeah. All right, Rob, give me some shouts. Where can we find you at, bud?
So it's pretty easy to find me when it's on the screen like this. So that's it's.
I try to do what I can.
There's places, man. There's Twitch. There's Twitter. That's. But like, I kind of want to repurpose my shout out to the fact that we've just done, I don't know, 20 episodes of this fucking insanity. And although Ryan hasn't been here for all of it, although people in the audience haven't been here for all of it, although the party has changed a lot, this fucking rocks. And this makes my day every time we get to have a session like this. So with that, happy 20th episode.
Shit, dude. Oh my God.
Rob's
That's
gonna
huge,
make me
man.
cry.
I mean,
Thanks.
you
Rob.
guys fucking rock. So
Aw,
thank
dude.
you
Hey, man. I appreciate it.
for watching, for playing, for all.
Thanks, Rob.
That's my shout out.
Professor, let me
I
know
can't
where we can
follow
find
that
you
up.
at, bud.
Nah, dude. To follow that up now, I don't have $25.
Man,
just like
I
that.
gotta close a show after that. Come on, man.
I'm sorry.
No. Well, as Rob said, you can find my links up on the screen as well. Tomorrow I'll be playing more Pokemon Quest. That'll be starting at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so you can see more of that. We teased it a little bit in the beginning of the show. We can do that there, and then hopefully you'll get to see more badassery from me and Darien and Rel on Sunday when you watch DieFall. So come back and please check that out. really check out everybody here because they're all good people and we're all fun. So yeah, thanks again.
Thanks, Professor. And hey, it's me. This is my channel, so you probably know where you're at. If you need to get caught up on anything DieFall related, you can head on over to the YouTube channel. That's Runaway Robot on YouTube. And I'll have the DM prep episode up there too. I'll probably try to get this episode out prior to the DM prep one. But that's just how that's gonna go. Thank you guys for joining us here today. I'm gonna get everyone back on the screen. Rob, dude, that's huge. That's going directly back into the game. You know it. And we're gonna get some more badass
all the
monsters
hallways
out.
you want, brother.
I'm gonna make every hallway.
That's for you.
I am getting a hallway specific pack. That is all I'm doing, and it's just gonna be hallways. And we're just gonna meat grinder our way. We're gonna do a dungeon crawl, one hallway at a time.
Yeah,
that's just all we're gonna do. I honestly feel like I should do a one shot now, and all it is just hallways. It's like you're in hallway 1.
Can we do it?
Good fucking luck.
Do it?
I'm down.
Let's have another one of those situations like way back when we had that like demigod or whatever it was like fucking with us.
Oh yeah.
But he just puts us in a
Puts you in a
labyrinth
room.
of hallways.
Dude, I you know what? It's a great idea, and that 2,000 bits, Rob, that's going directly to make something like that shit happen. So thank you very much, guys, and hopefully you all enjoy this show. We do plan on playing 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday. This was kind of our catch-up day because we took a couple weeks off due to vacation. We're going to try to get caught up, do big things. Happy 20th episode, everybody.
Happy 20th.
Big claps. Claps to the chat. Claps for the boys that stuck it out. You're alive for now, and it's been a hell of a ride. I love it. And until Sunday, guys. And thank you all for tuning in again.
For the 21st,
Later.
bring drinks.
Oh god.